in college.
In Berkeley, California. You got it. This one's for three. AJ Hawk, $5,000.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey. Why? Let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pig!
Stop! Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people. And welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this NFL Week 10 kickoff, Thursday, November 6, 2025, this show begins now.
Football!
It is magical, and Week 10 of the NFL season kicks off this evening on Amazon Prime as we go AFC West battle between the Broncos hosting the Raiders. Now, the Broncos are 8.5-point favorites on ESPN Bet, which is the current odds that we have here. I think that'll be going until about December 1st or so, if we're to get in exact. And then you can also find that at 9.5 across some other. Now, Geno Smith and this Las Vegas Raiders team with Pete Carroll at the helm, obviously we had very high hopes. We had very high expectations because in Pete Carroll's words and in our eyes from watching Pete Carroll wins. That's literally what he does. Max Crosby, obviously outrageous. Brock Bowers is a superhuman for this team. So coming into the year, we thought maybe Tom Brady's in the building, Chip Kelly's the offensive coordinator. This might be a brand new Raiders team. This might be the vibes that they need in Las Vegas as they launch, hopefully, back into super relevancy, especially in an AFC West that has the Kansas City Chiefs in it. Max Crosby, special talent, so special that everybody hopes that he leaves the Raiders so they can play in big-time games. That's kind of the state of the Las Vegas Raiders in the past 10 years, and then also this year all of a sudden with how the outcomes have gone. And on the other side, the Broncos, this team's going to win a Super Bowl. That's what everybody was saying coming into the year. This team's defense, outrageous. This team's defense can lock down anybody. Sean Payton with another year with Bo Nix. We can assume that the offense is only going to get better. Remember, Sean Payton decided whenever he took the Denver Broncos job, could have took any job.
That's right.
Sean Payton could have taken any job. Now, they had to trade for him, obviously, because the way it ended with the Saints, where it just happened on like Tuesday. I'm done, actually. I'm out of here. I'm going to go do some Netflix stuff with Kevin James, and then we're going to come back into coaching. I'm going to do Fox TV stuff. But when he wanted to get back into coaching, I mean, it was the Sean Payton tour, wherever the hell he wanted to go, because everybody just kind of has the same thought about Sean Payton. This guy's a damn good ball coach. He's got sweet shoes. He's got great moxie, and the guy knows how to win football games. So he could have coached anywhere. And he decides to go to the Denver Broncos, which happen to have the richest owner in the sport and the Walmart family at the helm. And you think to yourself, well, why'd Sean Payton do that? Well, did he do it because he can pay coaches more money than everybody else? Yes, because there's no salary cap on the coaching market. So being able to keep the defense coordinator Vance around has just been something that's been special for them. And they've been smothering other teams. But also, if he wanted to move on from an $80 million dead cap with Russell Wilson, the Walton family said, yeah, you can do that if that's what you want to do. He does that. He handpicks Bo Nix to be his quarterback. He loved everything he saw out of Bo Nix. Whenever he met with Bo Nix, he thought to himself, this has got to be the number one guy in the entire draft. Got out of the car, told everybody around him, that's the guy that we want. Then when he drafts him to Denver, a lot of people say, a little bit of a reach for Bo Nix here. He gets on our draft spectacular and says, couldn't have drafted this guy faster. Like, this is exactly who we want. So you just assume coming into the season with another year and an offseason with Bo Nix and Sean Payton together, that's only going to get better. And the defense is going to continue to be their thing. And they have. This team's for real. 8.5-point favorites on a Thursday night game in the division is obviously a big, big, big swing. But this Denver Broncos team is certainly capable of blowing out this Raiders team. And maybe Crosby just says no. And maybe he plays every position on defense, which he could potentially pull off. You start looking at the rankings here, and the Broncos had a little ebbs and flows as they gotten to this point this particular season. So they have obviously a high-ranking total defense. Their pass defense good. Their rush defense good. Offensively can obviously still move a little bit. They're in the middle of the pack, but they can run the rock, which you obviously always expect the Denver Broncos to be able to do. Just in the history of the Broncos, you always think of somebody running it well. And then on the other side, you got a lot of average and not good. So that is kind of what we're looking at this evening. Kirk Herbstreit will be joining us in about 16 minutes or so to let us know on, what he's hearing from the inside as he's calling the game tonight alongside Al Michaels and Kaylee Hartung on that Amazon Prime lineup that we know is going to be spectacular. And everybody's figured out how to do it. Remember, there's a little thing going on right now, obviously.
Sure.
Yeah, there's.
Sure.
Still.
Yeah, kind of still going on, and maybe.
Every day we wake up, we think to ourselves, let me open my phone and find out some good news. ESPN bet's done. Okay. But that ain't what I thought.
That's what I'm looking for.
That ain't what a DraftKings. Oh, okay. That's good. Hey.
Yeah.
Congrats to them getting that done. Okay, what about, nope, still going there. A couple years ago, it was, I got to get Amazon Prime so I can watch a football game. Now we're at the point where this is just normal. This is standard operating procedure for Thursday night during football season. And tonight should be a good one, even though it's an 8.5, 9.5-point spread. And we're pumped at football week 10. Another round of important, impactful ball is about to take place. And We can't thank you enough for allowing us to do this for a living. In the second hour, we're going to have a full college football coaches feel the beat situation. We're going to go directly to these sources. We got coaches that are in multiple different situations and scenarios in the college football season joining us. Matt Rhule joins us every single week. They get their third loss this past weekend at USC. It essentially ends their hunt for a national champion. He joins us. Rhett Lashley at SMU. He just signs a 2-year extension. Obviously, they have 3 losses, but they only have 1 loss in the ACC. They just get a huge win over Miami in overtime this past weekend. They can still go on and win the ACC and get into the college football playoff yet again. You know, that'd be back-to-back years for Rhett Lashley's squad down there in Dallas. Then we have Mike Elco join us.
Yeah.
Okay, and this came together late, so we're so incredibly thankful that he'll be there. Texas A&M is undefeated. This is his second year there. Okay, obviously he was highly sought after whenever he took Duke back to who they were. Whenever he was going to go and explore another job, Texas A&M, they move on from Jimbo Fisher, pay him like $70 million to get him out of there. And everybody says, hey, Texas A&M's got a lot of money down there. They got a lot of money down there. Well, how do you know they got a lot of money? Well, they paid the last coach $70 million to leave. So if they have that amount of money to get a guy out of there, let's assume they have enough money to field a squad.
Yeah.
And Elco, if you're going to give him the resources and you're going to be able to let his football brain and his assistant coaches kind of take over a program and run that thing, we all assumed it was going to work just from the very little that we knew about them. It has. They're undefeated. They're number 3 in the country right now. And when you think about where they were 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, versus where they are now, it's special because that university, spectacular. I know everybody like kind of says, well, they're a cult. They're a cult because they actually do like dress like it and they dances like it and they have practice at midnight for it and all that stuff. And there's videos of them that come out, hey, we're doing this. It's like everywhere's a cult. That is their style of cult down there. They are a great fan base down there at Texas A&M. I mean, it is spectacular football town. We got a lot of cowboy boots. We got a lot of people walking far, and we got beers being drank, and we got good times being had, and we got 1,000 United States flags.
Yeah.
Kind of around that
So
state.
sweet.
I mean, it is a great place, and Elco's got that place buzzing. And then we'll also be joined by Ryan Day.
Okay.
Yeah, the Ohio State head coach.
Number 1 team in the country?
Yeah, reigning national champions, number 1 team in the country, have made everything look rather easy. Okay, have made everything look rather easy and rather dominant. And their quarterback, Julian Sain, nobody's talking about him. He's the odds-on favorite for the Heisman right now. And, oh, yeah, you just got to fill in for Will Howard, who just transferred in here and won a national championship. And Julian Sain says, no problems. Carnell Tate's on the team? Yeah. Is Jeremiah Smith on the team? Yeah. How's the offensive line going to be? Great. Yeah, we're going to be able to run the ball, of course. Okay, and our defense is going to be the best in the country, maybe the best in the history of college football. So that's the Ohio State team nobody's talking about. They're the number 1 team in the country, have been for the entire season. And, they're a problem. So we got a lot of different coaches in a lot of different situations.
Sick.
We got week 10 of the NFL season kicking off.
Hell yeah.
And then last night I met some baseball people.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Talks to tables here at Boss Connor, at Ty Schmidt. I met Mr. Logan
Webb.
Okay, Dog.
Yeah.
Okay, Logan Webb, pitcher for the Giants. Okay, handsome fellow. He's pretty stout. Grandpa Rossi.
Yeah.
David Ross, Chicago Cubs, also coach. He was there last night. We all went down to watch Ernest play at the Ryman Auditorium. And Ryman is the original home of the Grand Ole Opry. Elvis Presley's performed there. Harry Houdini has performed there.
Legend.
Basically, everybody that's ever gone through Nashville has performed there. Ernest, who is from Nashville, actually named his son Ryman, okay, because of how much he loves the place. So since Ernest was putting on a show there, I think all of us that were friends with him that could make it down there were like, hey, we'd like to go show you some love. Put on a great show. But the baseball boys, great chatting with them. Saw Hardy last night.
Okay.
Hardy performed last night.
There we go.
There's a kid named Cheese I met. I'll tell you what, Cheese is flying at an altitude that,
Cheese.
we can all kind of
Love that.
Yeah, Cheese has great vibes. Yeah, Nashville was spectacular last night. It was nice in and out, and D-Bone got a chance to get zipper burn, like 14, 15.
Good for him.
We're sitting on Ernest's bus, okay, before the show, and Ernest just has a guitar, and all these people are so talented. Another guy walks on. I have no idea who this guy is. Looks super cool. Obviously, D-Bone sees him. You see his eyes just light up. D-Bone is the biggest country music fan of all time. Some up-and-coming guy, very talented guy. I would learn in a matter of moments. And wow, this guy has so much talent. And D-Bone, though, as soon as he walks on the bus, D-Bone's uncomfortable. Across from me, trying to tell me who the hell the person is. I don't know who it is. Then they just sit down. You got one guitar right to the right of D-Bone, somebody that's incredible. Somebody standing right in front of him. And then they just start singing and it's like, hey, what do we want to sing tonight? They're like going through it, and D-Ben's just sitting there like literally a kid in a candy store. So last night was really cool, and thank you to Ernest and everybody for taking care of D-Ben.
Yeah.
You know, they treated him like he was one of their own, and I think he had a blast. We all did. But the baseball boys, World Baseball Classic's coming up.
Yeah, it is.
Coach Ross is coaching Team USA right there. He's a part of the staff. Hey, we're trying to win that thing.
Yeah.
And this is good for – I don't want to talk about baseball right now because it's week 10 of the NFL season.
Right.
About to kick off, okay? But just chatting with him about the World Baseball Classic and who we have playing, that's coming up in March, I think. Okay. Hey, baseball's up, I think. And Shohei and all them are playing, I think, for Japan, right?
Yeah, I mean, they'll try to win it again. They're defending champs.
I want to let you know, on that bus last night, and Ty, you're our baseball fan, and Savant here. On that bus last night with Mr. Ross, Grandpa Rossi, Coach Ross, whatever the hell you guys call him in baseball, Manager Ross, whatever the fuck it is.
Skip.
Okay.
Grandpa Rossi is what a lot of people call him, though.
Well, that's his Instagram handle.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty sick.
Yeah.
He's pretty, I don't know.
Strapping.
he
Played
might
for a long time.
Yeah, he might have grandpa strength. He gave me a full hitting lesson, on the bus there. Probably 35, 40 minutes of solid baseball.
Okay. There
Just
you go.
Know that I'm pretty locked in right now on what baseball is. And I got an entire hitting lesson on the bus as other conversations were happening. It was just me and David Ross by ourselves. And there's a bat right there. I just picked that thing up. So this is what I'm trying to do. He's giving me full lessons on it. Baseball's been good to us. I would like to say to Grandpa Rossi and Logan, thank you for being so cool to me last night, because I certainly was like a little kid in there. So I'm like, I'm trying to. And then,
Squash the bug, right?
Yeah, minimum try and turn it. Rossi sends text this morning and goes, I don't know why I was telling you what to do. I have a career average of 222. He sounded like an expert last night. Sports are amazing. One half of the Hammer.
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is here. So shout out to Nashville last night. Shout out to everybody. But shout out to Amazon Prime tonight, Thursday Night Football, kicking off another week of NFL football. Now, 2 weeks ago, the biggest shite slate in the history of the NFL since 1970, since the merger. This past weekend, electricity all the way throughout. Tonight, 8.5-point spread to 9.5-point spread. What are the numbers saying? Who's betting where? And are we going to have another blowout on prime time?
No.
I thought the NFL was saying, we up. Is there a chance a blowout is coming tonight, Tone?
So the last two Thursdays were blowouts. The Chargers blew out the Minnesota Vikings, and then the Ravens blew out the Miami Dolphins down in Miami last week. 1 week from today, I believe it was 7 or 7.5 around there was the spread last week. This week we are getting 8.5 to 9.5 with the Broncos. 66% of the money is on the Broncos, which is not a surprise for tonight. They have been the much better team. The Raiders, even though they looked good last week, they took the Jags to overtime. They could not get it done. But overall, the Broncos have been the better team, so I'm not surprised that 66% of the money is on the boys.
Okay, so everybody likes their uniforms, too. It looks super cool. And we know that the Orange Crush, I believe, is their fan base, is a very... Tonight should be scenes, I believe, is how they describe this, especially because it is a divisional matchup. Let's go to some stats that Hembo sent over. Now, we love whenever, there's this in detail of percentages on stuff, but Geno Smith, 7.8% sack rate. Okay, the NFL average is 6.6%. 29.2% pressure to sack rate. NFL average is 21% above on both those. How about the Broncos defense? How do they do on both those things? Well, 11.3% sack rate, which is the highest since 2006.
Wow.
That's 25 years. Hey, they're getting to the quarterback at a higher percentage than anybody in a quarter of a century. 30.1% pressure to sack rate, highest since 2022 Eagles. So whenever you're talking about what the Broncos defense is very good at, the Raiders offense is horrendous at, and that normally decides the game. Getting to the quarterback is normally what decides the game. The Broncos are built to do that. And the Raiders, we're finding out throughout the season, are just not equipped to be able to stop that. Are we worried about this Raiders team? Like Pete Carroll, right? We just assume he's going to be able to get it going over there? I think I do naturally because I respect Pete Carroll. That is kind of how I feel. I respect Pete Carroll. But then you watch some of these games, I don't think Geno's a bad quarterback, but boy, there's great throws he's making that are going the other way.
A lot of them.
These things are getting picked off. And it's he's still spinning it. It feels like they have enough potential pieces, but they just lose. It feels like the Raiders just kind of lose. I don't want to put that into the universe because it's kind of sad. It's kind of like a Jet situation. But it feels like, especially with what the Chiefs have done, Chargers have done, Broncos have done, it's going to be difficult to win over there in Las Vegas, I think, especially with just kind of the stink that kind of radiates from over there.
Yeah, I mean, because even when, they had the Carr era and that ended, it wasn't really they didn't tear everything down and restart. They kind of, mix and match things to kind of piece it together. But look at that division. Like, you have to be good. Like they stand no chance unless they get a franchise quarterback. Like you said, Geno's not awful, but he's been throwing a lot of picks this year, and that Bo Nix is young. Justin Herbert is young. And then you have Mahomes is obviously going to play for quite a bit longer too. So you can't just keep kind of like hoping, hey, maybe one of these years we'll hit the jackpot and we'll win the division or we'll get in the dance. Like, they're almost just spinning their wheels until they actually find who they're going to go with for the next, 10 years or so.
And Brock Bowers is just certified absolute stud. So
Max is on the other side.
Yeah, great.
Exactly.
He's going to get his. And then they drafted Genti, who, when he has space, is unbelievable. But the problem is they drafted a running back before they had an offensive line, which is an issue. You saw the offensive line pass blocking stats. The run blocking stats are not good either. So, like, they have some pieces, but we've talked about all the time. Like, besides Max, in the trenches on both sides, it's just not a good situation.
Yeah, I mean, I just think Pete Carroll sucks. I'll be honest.
What? That's Patriots fan.
Yeah, no doubt. But he coached in New England, sucked, and then obviously the worst call in the history of the Super Bowl, you could argue, was throwing that ball. But again, that's probably not even his decision.
I think he had a sign off.
Yeah, he probably did,
he had a sign off.
which is ridiculous.
Robert
But
Stamp.
he probably didn't want Marshawn Lynch to win MVP. You could ask Marshawn Lynch about that. It sounds like he thinks the same thing. But when it just comes to the Raiders in general, I mean, you sign your head coach first to the new Brady ownership regime to a 3-year deal. So Pete Carroll, he's not there for the long haul. And then you would only really hope, not that they are a playoff team or anything, but that they're competitive, and they haven't been. So it's kind of a question of like, what the hell is this team?
Paid the quarterback too a little bit,
which is kind of Pete Carroll's decision. I think people would assume just because Seattle, Geno, with what's going on in Seattle, not a great look. And then if you just think about the team as a whole, like they're basically on the brink of a completely new rebuild. It's the truth. They don't have,
and it's crazy. They've been kind of teetering on it for years.
Yeah.
To Ty's point, where it's like he said, mix and match. It's like there's always like a carryover, like one piece carryover that one passes to the next. And obviously, we're talking about this just strictly because it hasn't worked. Any one of those situations could have worked. It is not, and now it's like hard not to say this seems to be a pattern. Now, will the Raiders ever turn around? We shall see. And is this the Broncos division? Is this the Broncos division?
BA thought so.
Yeah, Bruce Arians is a big fan of this Denver Broncos team. He's a big fan, I think, of Sean Payton.
Yes, he is.
So I think he has a lot of respect for what he's able to do. But Bo Nix, I mean, this dude's got the moxie. I love the cut of the Bo Nix jib. We'll be talking to Kirk Herbstreit here in about 3 minutes or so. Good news, Sauce Gardner has cleared concussion protocol. Yeah, this Sauce is going to be running wild in Germany. They head over to Bjorn Werner's hometown, or home country at least. And I think there's going to be a lot of Colts fans over there. I think it's going to be great for the Indianapolis Colts. And the fact that also we get a chance to watch Sauce's first action with the Indianapolis Colts at 9:30 in the morning or whatever it's going to be is a great way to start our NFL Sunday slate, I think.
Yeah, without a doubt. I mean, what was it? Did the Colts and the Patriots play in Germany the last time the Colts? I mean, like, think of where the Colts were then to where they are now. Like, I think you might be right. Like, hey, if you're looking at taking a vacation and you're a Colts fan, like, this would be a pretty awesome situation to go to. And then obviously on the other side, like Atlanta, no one really knows what they are either. So this is a good get back spot for the Colts.
Yeah, why not, Colts? And Sauce, go ahead and get your mitts on a few.
He looks clean in those colors too.
Yeah, he does. He looks comfortable, looks happy, and also given his first 2 jerseys he has given away are to the boys that were crying.
Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah, Bryce and Trey.
Those old Jets fans. Yeah, and shout out to the Colts making that happen, but shout out to Sauce Gardner. And, hey, got good news for you guys. You're Colts fans now. Yep, Sauce giving you 2 jerseys. Now, these look a little bit large. Okay, I don't know if these are going to fit you, but we'll certainly get you right size. And, Sauce, I want to let you know, thank you for representing the Colts this quickly. Hey, welcome to the team. Obviously everybody's talking about the number 2 first-rounders and everything like that, and A.D. Mitchell. It's like, Sauce, welcome to the team. If we win, nobody cares about anything, and Sauce is going to help everybody in the building do that, is what everybody in the building has to say. Joining us now, ladies and gentlemen, is the man who kicks off the NFL slate every single Thursday night on Amazon. He's also the voice of college football, as he's been on College Game Day for 30 years, I think. Holy hell. I think it has been 30 years.
95.
Wow.
And then he's obviously the voice of the biggest game Saturday night in college. He's the voice of college football as well. Golly. Former president of Ohio. And he needs you to go keepyournetworks.com. Ladies and gentlemen, Kirk Herbstreit.
Hey.
How we doing, boys?
I hated that you posted that. I know you felt obligated.
I
know. Somebody told you and you felt obligated. You were trying
Somebody told me, and I thought, hey, maybe this will help let people watch the show. So I didn't really think about.
I know what you're trying to be a good team player, and you love ball just as literally more than
I thought, hey, maybe this will help people be able to watch games today. That's all I thought. But why don't you just guide me on that shit?
Will you please? Yeah, will you please ask me? Yeah, because like there is ramifications to all these things. There is.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know anything about it. I thought it was cool that you put the whole show on your X thing. That's I didn't know you could do that. That was cool.
Neither did we. And the fact that happened, I think that's setting up for. Okay, let's not even dive into that. There's a lot going on still behind the scenes. We would like the deal to get done. All of us would like the deal to get done.
Oh, can you do that this Saturday? Are you going to do that again for 3 hours?
I don't know. We'll see if the deal. Hey, we'll see where like for the good of ball, we all would like this deal to get done. Right?
I agree. I agree.
We would all like this deal to get done. So let's go ahead and get that done for the good of ball. And I assume, politics people will say for the good of the world, too. Mm-hmm. We're just saying for the good of ball, which is good for the world.
That's all we care about.
Bingo. That is what we would like.
That's all we know.
Yeah, we need it. But let's talk about tonight, shall we? Let's talk about ball. On Prime, 8:15 kickoff, Raiders at Broncos. We just kind of went through how, coming into the season, the Raiders had such a fresh appeal to it, Tom Brady's making decisions. Chip Kelly, fresh off a national championship, is back at offensive coordinator for an NFL team. Obviously, he's been a head coach before. Now he's just coordinator. You bring Pete Carroll in. Pete Carroll even said it. Hey, I win games. You still got Max Crosby. Brock Bowers is special. Geno Smith becomes quarterback. It was like, hold on. This might be a brand new Raiders team. Brandon, hasn't felt that way, right? Similar outcomes, although you got different pieces there. And then on the other side, this Broncos team, Super Bowl darlings coming into the season for everybody because how much everybody loves Sean Payton, and I think how much everybody respects the defense that the Denver Broncos have. So they assume up and to the right, Super Bowl going into the year. Broncos have lived up to, I think, what everybody's saying. Raiders have not. You've talked to both parties now. What do you think are kind of the takeaways from both sides as we head into this Thursday night matchup?
Yeah, I mean, you're all over it. I think the Raiders were, like you said, with Pete going there, Chip Kelly going there, Geno coming over to call to be the quarterback, and then you had enough pieces with, if you think about what Brock Bowers, you could argue, I mean, he's technically a tight end. They really use him when they flex him out more as a receiver, and he's a tough matchup. If you play man, I don't know what you're going to put on him. Corner, safety, no matter who it is, you're in a tough spot. Look at that catch right there.
Yeah.
He had 3 touchdowns last week. And I think a big part of that is he got hurt in week 1, tried to kind of gut it out next couple weeks, and they finally took him off. He hadn't played in 3 weeks. Throw the buy-in, that's 4 weeks until he came back against Jacksonville where he just lit it up. So I think internally the hope with the Raiders, with Pete and Chip, is you guys have no idea how big of a piece to the puzzle that guy is for kind of build our offense around his skill set and give defenses a lot to kind of figure out where's the guy going to be aligned. And that really helps Genty and the offensive line and all the other pieces. So obviously they moved Jacoby Myers, probably you could argue their best quote-unquote receiver. But I think this is one of those Thursday night games where you're sitting there in the open, like, how's this game going to be competitive? And it just ends up in the fourth quarter, one-possession game. And by the way, Denver, they're in a one-possession game every single week. I think they're 5-2 in one-possession games, which is a really a credit to them and kind of their culture. I've watched Denver play this year, but when you're calling a game, you kind of peel it back a little bit further. I don't know if Nick Bonito and Jonathan Cooper, their 2 edge guys, get the love that they deserve. I think they're probably playing at this point in the season the best tandem of any NFL defensive line and pass rush. And then on the inside, Zach Allen, nobody talks about. I mean, J.J. Watt, obviously, when you have him on, you can talk to him about Zach Allen. I mean, he kind of got under J.J.'s wing in Phoenix or in Arizona and learned a lot about, okay, you're gifted, but here's some tricks to the trade. And he's taken that throughout his career, and now he's in Denver. And you throw those guys on the edge with him in the middle, it's a lot for any offense to be able to deal with. And Vance Joseph right now is dialing it up probably as well as any defensive coordinator. So this defense is real. And by the way, this is all with Pat Surtain, probably the top corner in the league, on the IR for the next few weeks. So they're doing it without him, and yet they're still playing at that elite level. So it'll be a good one. I'm hoping that when you call the game, you want a close game. I'm hoping that Brock Bowers and Ashton Genty get it going tonight and keep this one close.
It's been a couple good Thursdays for you for sure. Yeah. It's been really good. Big spreads going in, big spreads coming out. Thursday night football.
We had a great start. Our first 5 or 6 were insane. Going down to the wire. Last 2, not so much. So we're hoping. But this defense from Denver, and hopefully they stay healthy. They're getting Drake Greenlaw back. He's obviously a thumper and a great player. So if they can get him along with Alex Singleton at those 2 linebacker spots, dude, with everything else they have around him, it's as good as there is, I think, right now in the NFL.
Hembo sent over some stats about just not good protection of Geno Smith, either sack rate, percentage of sack rate, and then what the Broncos are. Look at this stat down at the bottom. 11.3% sack rate, the Broncos defense, highest since the 2000 Saints. I assume you have numbers on that as well, but they get to the quarterback really good. And Geno, yeah, he got to very good too by other teams. So it feels like the Denver Broncos' strength is a Raiders' weakness, and as we know, this could be quite a swing of the game, because you do your first down, wreck, then it's like 2nd and 15. It's like, all right, now you're punting the ball, and what's going on the other side? Well, maybe Bo Nix will figure it out, and then all of a sudden you're in a battle, and then all of a sudden Kirk Herbstreit, now Michaels are filling time in the 4th quarter. We hope that's not happening. Now, on that note, Will Lutz. I think he's got 3 game winners this year, I think, for
Beast.
Sean Payton. 14 of 16 under Sean Payton, him, in those clutch kicks, Will Lutz. I don't think his pants touch his knees either. So let's have a little respect. Okay, let's have a little respect for this guy. All right, this guy. And I will say,
dude, come on. You didn't.
Yeah.
You didn't kick. Pull a shot of Pat McAfee up in his prime, kicking field goals for the Colts or punting for the Colts. I want to see your uni, and I want to see Adams' uni and how he looked. There's no way that those were shorts, dude. They were not just covered up above the knee. Those were shorts.
Yeah, he came out afterwards and said it was a little torn more than I thought, and you don't really. He said he didn't know how short they were until he saw it, and he was like, "Wow, those are." And 2, I would say, as somebody that did not like anything touching my knee, I think that's most kickers. We don't want anything like kind of on top of our knee because of the amount of movement. I think those were a little high, but you got to remember, yeah. So I go right.
Look at you. That's perfect. That is perfect.
Yeah, we're old school though. Me and you we're old school guys. We're old school guys.
I mean, you got a little something going on with the laces, and I mean, you're having some fun there, right?
Yeah, I got some sauce. I got some sauce for sure.
Yeah,
I got some sauce.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
absolutely. That's a good look.
The Sandell, I think is his name. Great kicker. This kid out of Oklahoma. Great.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be good to have the amount of confidence that he has to roll out there with those shorts where they're at.
And then you see the mean mugging on the back end of the kicks too. If you could roll that, like after he makes the kicks, he's like, yeah, that just happened. Watch him after he makes his 55 yards.
This is just a photo.
Just a photo. Okay.
And I would say
those are shorts.
Those are tight.
Those are bike shorts.
That's egregious.
Those are tight. Yeah, those are a little short. And he did come out afterwards and say, this one's on me.
Yeah, sure.
Those ones were a little high, a little tight. But he's an incredible kicker. And
he's a hammer. I mean, he is, for a little guy, I don't remember how, were they a couple from 55, 3 over 50? I mean, he was crushing them.
52, 56, 55, I think, and all needed. These are all needed.
Every one of them.
Yeah, 102,000 people. 102,000,
Yep.
And everyone is a necessity. Yeah, that is big time.
Keep the dream alive with that leg. Keep the dream alive. They go to Tuscaloosa in a couple weeks, but right now their dream's still alive. That's a brutal schedule.
Okay, so for me in this conversation, and you obviously do a lot of college, and now for the past 4 years been the voice of kicking off NFL schedules, which we are so incredibly appreciative of. It's hard to find good kickers because, think about how big that moment is for that guy. Some kickers get broken in college mentally because of the big moments. And then you got some guys that aren't in any games that matter at all. So it's how do you know when and who's going to show up? And that's why you go back to Vandy and you think Tyler Huang, this kid needs to get signed somewhere. Mm-hmm. He stepped the kid, kicked it in Vandy. Yeah, he was an absolute monster. Jonah out there in Utah, he snuck that one in. Stanford Steve didn't want to give it to.
What was the final analysis? I didn't hear this week. Did you guys get a good replay?
I missed it.
From my perspective, I thought it came back in, I thought. But
you and me were standing in the same area, So I think we saw it go right like the first one, but then it kind of hooked back in over the upright. And, yeah, I thought it was good. I do appreciate Stanford Steve saying nope.
I actually ripped up the check.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, I don't know. Jonah started celebrating, too. That was a good play by Jonah.
That's no good.
Look at Stevie.
No.
Look
And
at
then
that
he goes,
wingspan, by
left,
the way,
guys.
from
Right in
Steve.
that guy's face. He does it right in Jonah's face. Yeah, right, bud. That ain't good. Right in his face. The whole place was yelling. That was quite a scene. Those have become quite wild out there, Herbie. I'm going to say.
They're wild. It's so much fun. You just never. We tried to, affect them with the blockers. I was trying to get those blockers on the turf, but you were being so kind. No. Let's push them back.
Those kids getting blasted in the face, bro. We can't. Did you know it was going to be dudes holding that? I had no idea. I thought maybe we had rollers. Is that what you thought?
They were just sitting there like just turning away from it.
I mean, they're going to get blasted in the face. It was all like, oh, we need to back this up a little bit here.
Who were those lads?
I genuinely have no idea. I have no clue who they were, but I'll tell you what, they had courage. Those dudes just sat right. They had
Steve just grabbed them out of the crowd and said, hey, boys,
you need to go block this kick. It's going to be no good one way or the other. Either you block it or I'm going to call it no good regardless. But, yeah, they walked up there. The one kid had his face just right next to it, just like sitting right here. I'm like, yo, bro, like I was a little worried for them. But I appreciate you looking out for me.
Next time we do that, I'm going to bring them in a little bit tighter, if you don't mind. That's a little bit too easy where we had them. I didn't think they really affected him much.
Yeah, they can't get blasted in the face, though. These kids look like they were 16 years old. I mean, that's
sign a waiver.
Yeah, get them sign a waiver.
Might help them.
All right. So
I think it'd be good for ratings if they took one off the board. I would love that.
Right,
he's not lying.
That's football.
Right in the gut.
Could you imagine me? This guy.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Kids puking because it got hit so hard.
Maybe this week. Tune in. Texas Tech. Love it.
I tell you, too many people are making it this year. I mean, holy cow. It's like every week they make it.
I know. We got to start. It was.
How much have you given out so far?
We don't even talk about it. It's too much. Every time it goes through, it's just like, oh, my God.
Is it 2 million? It's got to be. I mean, it's probably getting up near.
Has to be up there.
Past 2 million.
Yeah, now they're preparing. Everybody's practicing. The Texas Tech kids practicing this week, which I respect. Down there, got Cowboys mascot, obviously named
Larry.
Yep.
Oh.
He's there. He's ready.
Raider or
mascot,
something.
ready.
His name's Larry. Is that what his name is?
Lubbock Larry is kind of what I was thinking.
I know Lubbock Larry. Is that Lubbock Larry?
Raider Red.
Raider Red. Raider Red. That looked like that was Eddie Raider Red. You can come kick for sure. Yeah, we can certainly put you on the spot there, Raider Red. Would love to see you. I think this is going to be pretty outrageous. I think it's going to be quite a scene this weekend, brother.
Oh, my gosh. They started camping out on Sunday night.
I know. They love their ball down there. What a game.
They love their ball. Friday Night Lights. That's what it is.
Well, and isn't Joey the perfect guy for that to coach there, right? Because he's high school football coach?
Yeah, high school coach who's now killing it in college. We need Riggins to show up down there. Friday Night Lights.
They got a lot of money, too, don't they?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Very, very active former player who's a billionaire. He's making sure that the women's basketball team, the softball, football, you name it, they're all in.
Is he oil? Is he an oil guy? That's all I ever think.
I think he's oil. Yeah, I think he's an oil guy.
See, the thing about that oil thing.
A young buck like you, like he's a young guy
who found a drill and he'd go ahead and pop that thing down.
Yeah, he made his fortune in the oil and gas.
Oh, my God. He found one good rig out there.
Sold his company for $4 billion.
Oh, my God. Good Lord, this man did it. This is the same glory hole that Jerry is currently hunting once again.
Cody Campbell's his name.
Cody Campbell. Hey, Cody. Way to go, man.
Boy, Cody.
Cody, next thing you know, David Bailey left Stanford and is down in Lubbock. Getting after it.
Isn't that incredible? And then all of a sudden there's a $1 million pitcher on the softball team. Mm-hmm. Everybody wants her. And then she literally leads the team all the way to the World Series or whatever. Yeah, she is good for Cody Campbell. I like that. And good for him in that moment where he first heard that rig cough like any mammal would as oil started to flow. And then all of a sudden it just was a pure, unfiltered, glorious road to $4 billion. Just piping down. It's scratch off. It's what they're doing.
Yeah.
It is a scratch off. It's literally what they're doing. That's what Jerry's currently trying to do with this natural gas. He heard there's $100 billion.
Why don't you go work on a rig this weekend?
What do you think? I got meetings, brother. Yeah. What do you scratch offs? I don't go to gas stations anymore. Okay, because when
remember when we went to Montana, you were out there on the horses and you're becoming a cowboy.
Yeah.
Why don't you work on the rig?
I don't know if I'm going to work. I'm going to try to figure out how to.
No, but just
one.
like
send the other guy.
Go out there.
There we go.
Maybe we do send the other guy out to another
Hard hat
rig.
on, all covered in oil.
Yeah,
Maybe he makes his picks from the rig.
That's not a bad idea.
Standing on top of that thing.
The udder rig.
Stanford Steve is on. Yeah, he's out there on the udder oil rig, and he makes his picks from there. You said work on the rig. I don't think I'm going to be doing that. I will certainly.
No, you and Cody go out to see where he hit it big. I think that would be
Apparently,
awesome
he had a cup of coffee on the Indianapolis Colts.
What year?
Boy.
Is this no way? This is Cody Campbell.
You know?
I don't know. I don't think so.
The 2008 season?
I think you're offense or defense alignment, I think.
All right, let's move along. Holy hell. Am I in the oil scratch-off business all of a sudden? It sounds like I'm potentially getting... I got my big countries on
2005 season. You weren't there yet.
No, yeah, he's older than me. Okay, he's a little bit older than me. But Cody, I'd like to learn anything
I think
that you're willing
Cody need to go check out where he hit it big.
If I could become the Jerry Jones feeling the floor, I think it's down here. You know, because they have like all these rockologists or whatever they're saying.
Yeah.
It should be in this area here. It should be here.
That's what they do at Tech.
Yeah, legit. Yeah, all of that stuff. It should be here. It should be here. But then some of them, nothing. Some of them, nothing. People chasing that. You know, I used to watch, what was that show they went down to the Gold Rush? You guys watch the Gold Rush show where they were trying to find gold?
Never watched it, but I am familiar with it.
I'd like to watch that. I'll watch that. Gold Rush?
Oh, man, they're spending a lot of time out there and not really pulling much back, I'll tell you. But there is always the thought that this sweet nectar of gold is just going to come flowing out of this shit, and then you got $100 million. Every day they wake up thinking, $100 million. And then normally it's, we lost $45,000 a day. And then they go back out there. So this is the show, yeah. And I'll tell you what, I don't know if this is the original cast. Is this the original cast?
They were in the mountains a lot.
Adam Driver?
Yeah, they went. There's another gold hunt one where they went down to like a jungle, like down in Africa.
I think that's the one I saw.
They were getting in some shit. They almost.
You watched
Jungle Cruise?
Landman, I saw Jerry Jones in Landman. I saw one scene. He was unbelievable.
Great.
He was really good.
Yeah, he needs to do
in that
that
scene.
too. Yeah, he should act a little bit. All right, let's talk football. Ty has a question for you, Kirk.
Yeah, Herbie, I know coming into this season, you were a big J.J. McCarthy guy, thinking that he was going to make the Vikings better than when they had Sam Darnold. And obviously, it's been a little bit up and down. His stats weren't great last week, but he led the Vikings to a big win over the Lions. With him being back now and allegedly 100% healthy, do you think the Vikings are about to go on a run with J.J. McCarthy here?
I'm still kind of bullish on what I think he's going to do, and I think it has as much to do with the system. And I mean, the guy hasn't played a lot of football. You think about the injuries. Hadn't even really this year hadn't been able to practice a whole lot to be able to get the timing and the rhythm down. So to me, what you're seeing right now is just glimpses. And eventually, through more weeks and more reps and more opportunities, I think you're going to start to see the timing get better and better, the game slowing down for him. But you can see how the team responds to him. I think, Ty, that's the thing that I know you being an Iowa fan, when he was playing in Ann Arbor, it wasn't just him executing. It was how, see how he scores a touchdown, how you can just see whether it's linemen, receivers, everybody's naturally drawn to him. And I think it's because he has a very selfless approach, and I think that goes over big in the locker room when you play that position. So I think I have a lot of respect for KOC, the system that he makes for the quarterback, very quarterback friendly. And you look at the pieces they have around him. Yeah, I do. I think he'll get better every single week. And I think you're just seeing the beginning of what I think is going to be a great marriage with he and KOC in that offense.
Why is he doing that after a game in the locker room? He said he calls him 9. That's character 9. Not this part here. Whenever he's about to get the game ball, there's a video that I saw of him. He's kind of like bobbing back and forth. I think his tongue's going out there. And it's like this guy has like the competitive stamina, I think. He wants to at least. Like his entire focus is on being a guy, I think. Like that is kind of his mission since high school, it feels like, of J.J. McCarthy.
No, I think that's true. Remember, at COVID, he left his high school team. I think he went down to IMG to play his last year because of COVID concerns, and just wanted to play ball, just wanted to compete. We saw him early in his, if you remember, it was his freshman year. He was kind of playing a little bit of spot duty here and there. And then remember the sophomore year, they gave starting an opportunity for both quarterbacks to win the job. He ends up winning the job and really never looked back as far as being Michigan's starting quarterback. And I don't know. I mean, you watch all these quarterbacks. You always try to figure out what's the thing that makes NFL GMs and head coaches and scouting departments miss so consistently on first-round picks. This J.J. McCarthy class, you go back and look at top to bottom now that he's starting to play, every single one of these guys is playing in that class. I mean, by the time it's all said and done, if they continue to play well, it's going to be one of the better classes we've ever seen. But they miss a lot, right? So I think – to me, repetitions like Brock Purdy had at Iowa State, huge, and then ability to process through those reps. Can you see it? Can you get the ball out? Do you have the ability to keep a play alive with your legs? And I think he does all those things. And like I said, you go back to the KOC part of this, Aaron Jones, what he can do. I mean, they're just – JJ's obviously – they've got a ton of weapons, and I think each week – they're going to become a bigger story as we get into December and January.
BA said every team in the NFC North is going to make the playoffs.
He did.
BA said every team in the NFC North is going to make the playoffs. And if you start looking at schedules, it's like it is possible, I guess.
Probably going to happen.
Be the first time ever. That'd be the first time ever.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
They are very good up there. You know, obviously it just used to be the Green Bay Packers and for a long time. And Packers fans really enjoyed that, didn't they?
Yeah, it was a great run. About pretty much my entire childhood going up to, when I was 25, 26 years old.
And just no respect really for anybody else.
Certainly not.
When the Lions were getting good, and that was all happening, all Ty would say is, okay. And then the Chicago Bears, since this show has started and me chatting with Ty Schmidt, a Green Bay Packers owner, there's been 3 different times that the Bears are supposed to be good. And every single time Ty goes, okay, it's the Chicago Bears. Let's all relax. But now it's like, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Chicago Bears might have figured it out. Lions definitely have it figured out. And the Vikings have the reigning coach of the year and Kevin O'Connell with a young quarterback that might be here. It's like all of a sudden this is a powerhouse of a conference or a division for a long time, too. This isn't just like for a year or two. This is seemingly the next 10 years.
No, yeah. I guess Goff is the oldest, but still he's got a lot of good years left in him. Like all the quarterbacks in that division are super young, too.
Go ahead, Herbie. Sorry.
Pat, look at that. When you guys had the standings up, look at that NFC at the halfway point. Like you could make a case for a lot of teams. Again, a lot of it's going to be based on health. But look at that race that we have this year in the NFC. And the quarterbacks that you have. I mean, that is wide open this year.
Yeah, there's the top 7 for Super Wildcard Weekend as we currently sit. And then obviously there's lurking behind us. And then there'll be some division champions that kind of throw off the ranking of it all. And we'll certainly have some gripes going into Wildcard Weekend. But then we'll have 6 fantastic games that'll launch us into a playoff run. There it is, right around the corner, kind of.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. It is.
We got a lot of season left.
Yeah, we got a lot of season left.
And I think it's great that in the NFL we have rules. If you tie, there's different tiebreakers. And in college football, it's just subjective analysis. And that started this Tuesday night, and it just gets messy.
Yeah, but they put their hats.
Messy.
Did you see them put their hats?
Went to work.
I saw that.
They took their hats off.
Did they sing their song this year, or is that not happening?
Starting with 12, counting down to 1. We don't know yet, but I just want to know, do they take the hat off because the hat is kind of
you guys didn't see
the creativity?
It clips. They put their hard hats on when they go into the room.
Oh, okay.
That's
cool.
Okay. So that's their thinking caps.
They whistle while they work.
So they take off their casual leisure cap and they put on their thinking hard hat.
Yeah.
Okay, I get
their
it.
college game day orange hard hat.
How much would you guys hate to be in that room? Because no matter what you do, you're wrong.
Oh, you mean I would hate to be in that room. Okay, I didn't know why. You're talking about having one of those positions.
If all of us
they would
had to make, wouldn't that suck? I mean, no matter what you do, you're wrong.
No way.
Be awesome.
Ty would want to do it. Connor would want to do it because they'll just sit in the fire. They're cool with it. Say, so what? That's how I feel. It would suck, though. You'd never win. It's how I feel.
Hey. Oregon loses Saturday.
Don't get too loud with it.
You think that?
It's getting real loud.
I know.
Why are you saying that? Why'd you say that so loud like that? This is very early putting that out into the universe. Ty really was wishing you didn't do that on a Thursday, but
I've been feeling like this since the Monday after.
I'm telling you. We all love Dan Lanning. We all love the Ducks and their potential, but there's just something about certain teams at Iowa when you go to November. The only blessing they have is it's not a night game, right? It's
3:30.
If it were a night game, it'd be a given. It'd be a loss. But at 3:30, it's going to get dark in the second half. And I'm telling you, Iowa's going to be just typical Iowa. It's going to be ugly. It's going to be like 15-12. You're going to wonder, how the hell did we get to 15-12? But that's part of the fun with Iowa. We don't know how we got to 15-12, but it's going to be 15-12.
Was there a safety? What happened to
what happened? How did we get here? How did we get here?
2-point conversion return for.
Actually, they bobbled the snap. The kicker picked it up, ran it in for a 2-point conversion as they were trying to do an extra point.
Something wacky, and then they're going to be lined up to kick a game-winning field goal, and it's 15-13. It's 15-13. There's like 40 seconds to go. The crowd's going crazy. Here we go, lining up, 45-yarder, right hash, boom, nail it. Game over, 16-15. Iowa wins.
Iowa, all of a sudden, is still very much in the college football playoff conversation.
Right in the mix.
And the Big Ten championship.
They win that game.
Oh, my God. The Hawkeyes with Granaski, this D3 Heisman winner, national champion before.
No longer winning with punting and defense. No,
winning with just a quarterback that can't throw, but he can run really, really good. He can run really good.
And look at the fans. That's the difference in the game.
Kirk's dogs going crazy out there. Right. Now, Ty, he just took us to a fantasy land there on Saturday. And I don't know if putting that out into the environment, Dan Lanning heard that right there.
Apologize.
Dan Lanning is running that to the team tomorrow morning, if I had to guess, before they travel out to Iowa. Dan's saying, hey, this is what the voice of college football is, how he was introduced.
I'm telling you, be careful. Just be, at the very least, they're either going to escape or they're going to lose. That's what's going to happen.
Close game.
That Penn State game, I had eyes on that game against Oregon, Penn State. Think about how much has changed since then.
Yeah.
Think about how that was in overtime. That was in overtime. So
wow.
That's just that's what 4 weeks ago. If you start doing the math here, mid-season, that was a crazy night. Oregon, though, anytime Dan Lanning's coaching him, we have the utmost respect, obviously. Might have the number one quarterback drafted. I mean, there is a lot of good, obviously, with Dan Lanning, but Iowa's just a little bit different, isn't it, over there now?
I tell you what, weather's not going to be nice. It's going to be windy. It's going to be rainy. I have been feeling like this for a little bit. I really have.
So does it scare you now that Kirk has put this out into these
No, because if they weren't taking Iowa seriously before this.
He's saying don't say it. You just said it. You said it. Everybody's going to hear it. We can't dump it.
And it's not coming from the team, Like Kirk's dogs will be ready. He's certainly not giving any bulletin board material,
No.
So we'll see.
Oh, no. So CBS Sports just tweeted this out, too. Mark Gronowski is a winner.
Well, that's just an undisputable fact.
Okay. He just tweeted this. CBS Sports just tweeted this out. So you got Herbie going, shh, Gronowski's about to take down Oregon. Then you got CBS Sports saying, yeah, actually, here's another thing.
Herbie said it. Put it out.
Here's another thing. 55-8, this guy. You want to see a winner when he's playing football, he wins. And Dan Lanning, you hear what CBS Sports is saying now about this guy? You hear what Kirk Herbstreit's saying? So much to draw from in such an inspirational motivation-type game. Now, all of a sudden, it's just getting flooded over to Oregon.
It's okay.
What is Kirk going to be able to pull from? What is Kirk going to be able to pull from now?
He doesn't need any gimmicks. He's not PJ Fleck. He doesn't need some bullshit. Row the boat, mumbo jumbo. He will do what he has done.
There was no reason for that.
Why are you taking shots in Minnesota?
He always does.
Well, they love to, chant "I hate Iowa" and stuff like that, and I don't think about it, but I thought that was pretty apropos because Kirk's just going to do what he has done every single game for the entire Kirk Ferentz era. Hey, we're just going to be tough, be physical. Play smart, don't get penalized, and we'll see. We'll put the chips in the middle, and we'll see how it falls.
That's how it typically happens.
Just hoping for a good river.
They try to lure you out into the fourth quarter, out to the deep end. They just try to. It's really ugly, really ugly.
It's gonna be hard to stay awake. See if they can.
That's what they do. That's Iowa football right there.
Well said.
No explosives, no offense, no throwing. Just hard-nosed owl football in November at home. Waving to the children's
That's
home.
right. They've been averaging 30-plus for the last couple of weeks here, so, we'll see.
All right, we'll see. Bye week might change. Let's go back to the NFL. Talk about a team that might be back. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Herbert, you had them last week, the Ravens down in Miami. Now the record is still what the record is, but they are the favorites to win the AFC North. What did you get vibes-wise from the Ravens before that game, and how do you feel about their outlook the rest of the season?
I probably, like a lot of other people, the fact that they're finally healthy, not just Lamar, but all the pieces. Ricard being back, as you guys know, is such a big part of what they do offensively. They were favored before they won that game to come back and win their division. I know you're a big Steelers guy. They got a big win last week, and it's really a two-team race in that division. But you look at their schedule, what they have in front of them, if they stay healthy. I love the Steelers. Hope they get there, but I would bet on the Ravens right now.
You don't believe in your Bengals? You don't believe in your Bengals, Harvey?
Yeah, good team.
No, I don't at all. My teams take a rubber hose out on me and just beat me into the ground. That's what they like to do. That's what they do.
Yeah, but
They
Joe
kill my will.
Flacco, dude. Joe Flacco had such
Joe's been great.
such a cool under 2 minute drive.
Yeah.
To score a touchdown to win that one. That was such a good drive.
As long as there's more than 15 seconds, then you know what's going to happen.
Caleb, you knew it was going to happen?
See, here's how my brain works. Touchdown, great. How much time's left? Nope, that's game.
54.
They lost.
No way! With Caleb,
That's it.
did you know that about Caleb? That's a real thing because, obviously Colston Loveland makes an incredible play in the Cincinnati Bengals, and here's some Caleb Williams magic that's obviously taking place in the NFL that was also happening in college, which is why he was the outright number one guy. And then
Right here in my family room, I said, hit the cross here, hit the dig right here, get in the field goal range. That's what I was saying to Jake and Ty. Boom. This was a bonus. That was a bonus, the missed tackles. I just thought they'd tackle him, bring out the game-winning field goal. But the bonus there with Loveland saying, these guys don't tackle, so just keep running.
what's your Reds group text code? Pain.
Pain.
Yeah, pain. Shout out to Cincinnati, still doing it.
That's right.
Hey, you know what,
Still
though?
doing it.
We all knew going into the year, though, that was going to be a winning brand of football. We all knew that was how you win football games going into the season. Now, there was a chance that you guys were going to change it all. Cincinnati was going to change it all. Hey, we'll pay two number ones because they both are incredibly talented. They both are exactly who you paid them to be. We're going to pay a quarterback who's going to be great. And then, defensively, they'll figure it out. We'll get a stop somewhere. We'll get a stop somewhere in there, and we'll just be able to beat these teams. And then whenever you think about Bengals defense ranking 632nd among 640 defenses in the span of 20 years.
Is that bad? That's
So there has been worse.
I thought Sweet Lou was the problem. Where's he now? Over at Indy?
He came to the Colts. Yeah, we just got Sauce, too. We just got Sauce and Moody and Jermaine Pratt. You guys know him. He was a good player for you guys. He's over here. We got DeForest Buckner, Grover Stewart. Latu, he's got 3 picks, I think, 2 picks. Yeah, Lou Anarumo's just out there calling the shots. But, yeah.
It turns out he's a DC in the league still. Okay. Doing well.
Yes, he is. This is what he said about Sauce Gardner and love the addition of Sauce. It gives us another Pro Bowl corner. The guy's been a lockdown player his whole career and gives us the chance to match him and Ward Moody up to different receivers, 2 super smart football players. I can't say enough about Sauce Gardner being on our team. We just elevated our whole defense. Lou Anarumo is living like king over here. Paisan king, Lou Anarumo, getting all the pieces. They're spending money on defense. They're spending draft picks on defense. They spent 2 firsts.
Honestly, how's that feel? How's that feel to see your squad? Because I know you were last year, the last few years, it hadn't been great with you and the Colts. You're back. You're back. You guys are all together in harmony, happy, enjoying this ball club. What's it feel like? Is it fun?
Yeah,
Is it sweet?
I love the Colts, yeah. I love the Colts. The team, I love the Colts team. This particular roster, doing a great job right now.
How about the owner, buddy? What's going on with the owner's taking notes?
You're talking about Carly?
Really?
You're talking about Carly Ursay? Yeah, Carly's a G, okay? And that is how Carly's been on the sideline for years now, okay? As I think it became more, I guess, closer to the time in which they potentially take over a team, they obviously all started investing a lot more time in building, learning about things. Carly, since day one of getting into building full-time, has been having full meetings and sessions on trying to learn the ins and outs of football that she wasn't able to learn from, she didn't play. I think she's a lawyer by trade, so she obviously been around the Colts her entire life. Her dad had her around. She obviously loves the Colts and everything like that, but she didn't get to play, so she doesn't know the ins and outs. So she thinks, and I think this was her original thought, is I'm going to have to hire people that are going to have to do this, and I don't know enough about this particular world. So she has gone head first in. You're talking trying to learn as much as possible. And this is like years now. This is like 5, 6, 7 years straight of trying to like learn everything she possibly can. And talking about Lou Anarumo, I got a chance to talk to one of the big three here, Carly. And I'm like, what are you doing? You know, what are you doing? Everybody wants to know what you're doing. She's basically just charting what the play calls are, what the outcome is. And then she's checking out trends. At what times do you do what? Why do you do what? And she said Lou Anarumo's play calls, vastly different than what the previous defensive play calls were. He's got tags and ads and things like that. So as soon as she sees that, you know, she's like, "Ooh, what is this?" And then she's able to talk to Lou. And then when she's talking to Lou, Lou's like, "Well, this is adding this to this." So it's like she is literally trying to learn football as fast and as great as possible. And I think, like, obviously you can mock her because she does not give a shit about what people think about how she dresses down there. I own the team, okay? I would dress however. She was dressed like Michael. She had this leather jacket on, leather pants on, these sick, probably $10,000 boots on the sideline with this entire thing. Like, gee, you're talking about like an actual, she's got a lot of her dad in her too when it comes to that. Like, hey, I am who I am. But like, it's all coming from like a good spot. And I think she knows, as do Kaylin and Casey, because they've been in the building and been talking to these coaches so much. It's like, hey, what do we need to go? Like, hey, we want to win a Super Bowl here. This would be really cool for our dad. This would be really cool for everything. It's like, how do we go? And it's like, you get us another big-time elite defense to go. We trust you. Let's go. And they're in. So I think it's all because of the information that she's gathered that she's able to sign off on this type of decision, if that makes sense.
Yeah, man. And you can see, it's cool to see that she's taking the time, and not just this year, but kind of behind the scenes. Maybe we just didn't see, the cameras weren't on her, and we didn't realize that she's putting that kind of commitment in. But I would put them up as the biggest surprise this year in the entire NFL. You know, go back to August, what people thought of them and the potential. I mean, it's easy to look at Daniel Jones now, but when Daniel Jones left Minnesota, there wasn't a whole lot of people thinking that he's going to be the guy. They thought maybe it'd be a competition with Anthony Richardson, but he's been a huge story.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, that's Kirk Herbstreit.
Yeah,
See you tonight, Herbie. See you in Texas, brother. Safe travels. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice might change your life. We'll see you on the other side.
$4 million in prizes and charity as a result of the field goal kicking contest. And Pat, what do we got going today?
Yeah, Reese, I'm happy I can't see that graphic from where I'm at. Just hearing about that is obviously something to make my wife and daughter not be thrilled. $4 million out the door because these college kids have been showing up in such a big way. Congratulations to Garrett Morris here. You were the ticket winner. You are not going to be the one doing the kicking. How come?
I cannot kick.
Okay, so you're ass at kicking.
I'm ass at kicking. I climb rocks. I don't kick.
What's your major?
I'm an accountant.
Okay, so we're going to be counting numbers later.
Absolutely.
Hopefully it'll be some numbers off of
Jonah.
Okay.
This is great.
All right, Jonah. Hey, so you were a kicker in high school, is that right?
Yeah, I kicked my senior year of high school. I was the all-region kicker, baby. Jordan.
Oh, really? We got a couple blockers.
Oh, yeah.
I think we need a couple blockers. No, they do. No. Your senior year, what were you? How many attempts did you have?
I had about 5 attempts, made 3 of them.
Oh, you went 3 for 5 and made all region?
Good job, buddy.
Yeah.
All region.
Let's make this for $750,000. $250,000 to charity, $1 million to the all-region kicker, Jonah. 3 back, 2 over.
He's got a shot here.
Timeout. Timeout, dude.
We got a timeout.
Timeout, dude. You know what I'm saying?
You're for icing him a little
Yeah, right. We got blockers.
Yeah, let's talk
We
it
got
over.
$1 million kick, Jonah. Why don't you think about it a little bit?
Here he goes. Ooh!
No good! Jonah, we will still donate $250,000.
Oh, he called a timeout before the kick. He called a timeout.
$250,000 is going to go to charity. You two will get an opportunity to win $125,000 each. $250 in total for you if you're able to make this kick, Jonah. Sound good? For $500,000 out the door.
Hey! He curled that in. Oh, Steve's waving it off. I think that was good. Dude.
Can New York tell us if that was in or not, like this at the NFL?
I think it was good.
Count it! $500,000 after Great work! Jonah, way to step up. Congratulations, brother.
The following program is a collection of stooges talking about happenings in the sports world. It is meant to be comedic informative. The opinions expressed on this show do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of their peers, their boss, or ESPN. There may be some cuss words because that's how humans in the real world talk. If you are young, please seek permission before watching any further.
Hey,
Why?
let's go.
This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers.
You pink.
Damn it! Be a friend, tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome to our humble abode, the Thunderdome, on this NFL Week 10 kickoff Thursday, November 6th, 2025. Hour 2 of the program begins now.
Football
Is awesome, and tonight on Prime, we have an AFC West clash between the Raiders and the Broncos that we will all be watching. It's an 8.5-point spread on ESPN Bet. December 1st, I believe. And then everywhere else, you could potentially get it at 9.5 as well. It's more than a one-score game looking at it. And boy, if it's another blowout, the NFL might start dancing with a little bit of a danger with the fact that these primetime games have not been living up to any hype. Or this could become an absolutely sensational battle of Bo Nix and Max Crosby and Geno Smith and the Broncos defense that has been heralded as maybe one of the greatest of all time. Al Michaels will be on the call, so it'll feel big unless it gets to a point where it's a blowout and Al Michaels will say, what the hell will we do? And we will love him for that. And Herbie will be doing the same exact thing. What we do know is the pre-show will be spectacular. The post-show will run very late. And a game will be happening in between those. Will it be a good one? We hope. Can it be ass? Certainly. Now, we will talk about it for a little bit longer here. And then we have a full boots on the ground, feel the beat of college football coaches that we're about to start here in about 8 minutes or so. We got Rhett Lashley joining us from SMU, Ryan Day joining us from Ohio State, Mike Elco joining us from Texas A&M, and then Rhule joining us from Nebraska. We're about to hit it from all different angles. We're lucky to do it. The Talks the Tables here at Boston Connor and at Ty Schmidt. One half of the Hammer,
Dahn.
Cowboys AP Tone is here. And joining us live from Manatee, Ohio, is a man who's a college football national champion, a Super Bowl champion, a Ryder Cup winner. Ladies and gentlemen, AJ Hawk.
Hey, Hawker.
How you doing, Hawker?
Good. I'm looking forward to we're feeling the beat with these coaches and everything. I couldn't think of it for a second.
Yeah, me neither. It took me a little bit to get there, but yeah, we got boots on the ground. We're feeling the beat, brother. And you don't really know how things are going until you talk to the people that are there. And we're talking to 4 coaches that are in 4 different spots, obviously. Ohio State, reigning national champion. How's Ryan Day going to feel about that? Rhett Lashley has 3 losses, but only 1 ACC loss. Can still win the ACC and get in the college football playoff for 2 straight years. Matt Rhule, obviously, he's going to be looking at a different outcome this year as we build for next year in what we have with a quarterback that just broke his fibula, who's out for the season. And then, Elco down in Texas A&M. What a genius this man is.
Yep.
Everybody calls him a football genius. And then going into the season, it felt like nobody just expected Texas A&M to be great. Beginning of the season, nobody expected Texas A&M to be great. And then all of a sudden, it's like, I thought we trusted Elco, and I thought we said they have all the money down there. So if they have all the money and we trust Elco, one thing leads to another. Texas A&M is going to be very good. Yeah, undefeated in the SEC. Marcel Reed, his quarterback that started playing last year, has only gone up and to the right. They're a special talent. So I'm excited to talk to everybody here, AJ.
Yeah, I think everybody's going to be great, but Elco as well. He's like one of a football genius on the defensive side. We don't see that a whole lot. We know they give a lot of respect to him, but usually it's those offensive guys that we want to crown as these like wonder kids that can figure everything out. But it's credit to Elco, man. I love that guy.
Well, just wait for the question that Tone's going to ask Elco about his defense, because college football playoff chairman came out and said, yeah, the reason why they're 3 is because their defense ass compared to Ohio State and Indiana. So now on that note, though, they were talking about stats, and they didn't say ass. They just said it was a separator between 1 and 2 in Ohio State, who has a historic defense. Indiana's defense, very good. A lot of continuity from last year's team, and they've added pieces. They've only gotten better. But they said that the separator and why Texas A&M was 3rd as opposed to 1 or 2 is because the defense wasn't as good. Now, that is a stats-driven thought, because if you do eye tests, last few weeks, they figured it out. Early in the season, though, their defense was, in Elco's world, and I guess in any college football world, not good. 3rd down, red zone, not good, which was abnormal for an Elco squad.
Yeah, they were giving up 20 points plus. I think it was UTSA, and then I want to say Nevada or something like that, and then they went to Notre Dame and gave up 40. So those first 3 weeks were not impressive, but since then, I believe they are the number 1 3rd down defense in the SEC and red zone. That's what really turned it around for them. So they've been and sacks. They are like 4 or 5 in the country in sacks, so they're buzzing there as well.
So the stats tell the story of the entire season, but if you look like the last few weeks, it's like actually defense. They're back. That's Elco's bread and butter. So it's like we assumed it would come back. Can't wait to talk to all of them. In Ohio State's Ryan Day, thank you for making that happen, by the way. We appreciate you utilizing your former presidency there and getting Ryan Day on the program. Nobody talks about him, bro. Nobody talks about it. I guess I don't watch Big Noon. I don't get to watch it as much, and I don't watch as many like Fox stuff, because I just don't see it literally in my world that I'm in. I assume they're talking about Ohio State a lot over there on a regular basis, because we don't really, nationally, it's just like Ohio State's number 1 team. Okay.
They'll be here.
Next conversation. It's crazy that Ryan Day potentially can have that as a motivator for his boys.
It's almost it's a good thing, because it can always be a motivator for your guys. Think that they, people don't value what we're doing and all this. But also, why, if you're in the Ohio State's position, you don't really want them to talk about you. If they're talking about you, it's because they're freaked out because you lost or you barely beat a team that you should have won by 30. So I think they're doing what they need to do.
This was like the Boston Celtics a few years back. Yeah. When they were just so good, nobody talked about them. Then they win, and everybody says, was it that impressive? It's like, wow, don't give this team any of their flowers, which is what I'm talking about here. Like, Ryan Day's team here deserves flowers. They are pounding people. I mean, Matt Patricia's defense is maybe the best in the history of college football whenever it's all said. That is, they're on track to potentially break records to be the greatest of all time. And then Julian Sain's odds-on Heisman favorite. So the number 1 team in the country, they have their odds-on Heisman favorite as quarterback, but not really chatted about, so they can still act like they're the underdogs, which is crazy to think about, and crazy how good that team is fresh off of a national championship where they lost a lot of pieces.
Well, I think you made the comparison either Monday or last week, but it's just like Georgia. I mean, Georgia, the second year after Stetson Bennett won the first one, and he went to win the second one, and they ended up going on to win it, but you didn't talk about them all year, and it's almost a good omen. It's like, okay, we're not going to talk about Ohio State all year. This is what's going to happen. They're going to run the table, and then they're going to run the table in the college football playoff, and then it's going to be, hey, now we're going to talk about Ohio State for 6 more months because they just went back-to-back.
Yeah, but then as soon as the offseason starts, they'll say, Ryan Day can't do it again. It is a juggernaut over there for Ryan Day. It's like Ryan Day feels the heat, can't win it. Then he wins it, and nobody talks about it. Okay, nothing to say now? Now we are nothing. Now we got nothing to say. So I can't wait to tell Ryan Day that we noticed that that's happening. And he'll have to say, we don't worry about that. We worry about what's going on, blah, 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 blah. But deep inside, he'll be like, thank you for pointing out that I got killed for everything, and now we're winning everything, and nobody's saying a damn word about it. So it'd be nice if there was a little bit of 6-7 here.
Yeah, there won't be.
It would be nice if there would be a little bit of that. Okay, let's talk about tonight's game before we dive back into college football. Raiders, Broncos. AJ, what are your thoughts on how this game goes or what these team stories are in your eyes? Obviously, I've broken it down a couple times. We've chatted about it, but Week 10's kicking off in the AFC West, and both these teams going into the season we thought were going to be good. I think one of them we thought was going to be great. That team has remained as such in the Broncos.
Yeah, I think the Broncos will continue to roll tonight. I think the Raiders. We always talk about Max. I love Max Crosby and how he plays. I think he's going to have an impact. But I think the Broncos, especially at home, at night, Thursday night, big time situation. Sean Payton wants to put on a show. I bet he wants to put up a lot of points tonight. So I think Bo Nix has a big night in this. I think the Broncos defense obviously continues to do what they do.
What does Vance Joseph's defense do that everybody else maybe can't do, or why are they just so good? Is it because Vance has been there for so long and there's so much continuity and everybody kind of understands? Is that a huge piece of it, or what are your thoughts?
I think that's definitely a big part of it. I was with Vance Joseph. I was in Cincinnati for 1 year. He was the DB's coach, and I went to Vance all the time to ask him like little nuances of the defense. And really, I love that dude. I think he's really, really good. But I think he's not. He's never going to overcomplicate things. They all know their job. They know what to do, and they play well together. Like playing great defense is no secret. There's no secret sauce. It's 11 dudes running fast with proper leverage and being accountable to your teammates.
Just all buy-in.
Hell yeah.
It's all buy-in. That's why, you hear some, I don't know if they're scouts or coaches, I don't know who to throw under the bus here for this, so I'm just going to say football people say, on defensive side, you're looking at that wonder, like, we don't want super smart, independent thing.
No.
We don't, we want guys to just, hey, when we're told to, I need you to sell out through both these guys' jaws right here.
Hell yeah.
Okay, you need to eat up these two guys. That is your only job. You are nowhere near going to make the play. You are.
Love it.
You have no chance of getting the tackle here. You're going to end up on your back. Actually, this is going to be a painful rep. But if you do that, guess what's happening right behind you? Boom, we got a big time play. That is a lot of defensive football in the NFL. And if one person doesn't do that, it's like, touchdown. Okay, that is how we lose it all. So having everybody on the same page, and if you can have super geniuses across the board, then you're really cooking. But boy, if you just got a couple independent thinkers out there, if one's wrong, we're all wrong. I think is kind of the old narrative out there.
Yeah, it definitely helps to have even you don't have to have all super geniuses, but maybe two to three on a squad that can kind of make sure everybody's lined up. Those guys that may not be the super genius, but they may, hey, you see that guy? Go kill him. You got to have a guy like to line him up. You need to have some of those super geniuses to make sure that guy's lined up in the right gap.
Man, we had special teams. Obviously, you're looking for those guys. You were looking for those guys.
Especially back in the day with the wedge.
Guys that are just down for the cause, man. It's just like, hey, I understand what it is, and I got it.
I'm here for a good time, not a long time. They know that.
Bingo. Yeah, AQ was the king of the wedge. He was actually the wedge, so he just had people running into him, and that was something. But the people that were running into the wedges, they were down for the team, man. Mm. They were down for the team, and they took great honor in it. And I'll tell you what, Coach, if you didn't show it, like whatever happens in the next meeting, you were doing it a disservice. It's like, hey, you have a guy on your team here that is willing to just sacrifice his entire body so that we can maybe get a guy to make a tackle on a kickoff. Like that is maybe something that's happened. Special brains, man, special people, special sport. That's why we love football so much. We've been so incredibly lucky to kind of get dropped into the college football world, baptized by its tradition and its pageantry. And now it's time to feel the beat. Another seg of Feel the Beat, another time of AJ just not feeling the beat.
Per usual.
The beat.
I felt it. I just showed it in different ways, but I definitely felt it.
This is like when Wiz Khalifa asked you to put your hands up, and you refused to put your hands up 2 feet away from him. You didn't put your damn hands up. So disrespectful. All we're asking for you to do is feel the beat, And normally we go to beat reporters because beat reporters are there and they have a better grasp on things. But now we're going to feel the beat. We're going to go boots on the ground with the actual coaches of these teams to see where they're at. Let's go directly to the source. Let's go to Dallas. Ladies and gentlemen, the head coach of the SMU Mustangs, Rhett Lashley.
Hey, Coach.
What's that, a brand new car you just bought with that new extension? Jeez, already going to the car dealership? Respect. Congratulations. Hey, congratulations on a new car, Coach. Congrats on a new car, Rhett.
Hey, appreciate it.
You earned that deal, obviously, down there. Last year, you go to the playoffs, and I know how much you love SMU. I got a chance to meet you in your first round with SMU. Then you leave, then you come back as the head coach. Special place. Feels like you've always felt that way. Why is that kind of coming true with this particular run with you down there at SMU?
Yeah, I mean, we just, in our time here, like you said, back all the way to 2018 off and on, and then coming back as a head coach. Dallas is a great city. It's a great place to live. And it's all about timing. It just happened to get the opportunity to be the head coach here at the right time when, the alignments here is great. Everybody is all in on us competing at the highest level and being the best we can be. And our program has been on the national stage before on that national championship level. It's just been a long time. And so, with that, coupled with move to a Power 4 conference, all the things we need, that's what makes it fun. And when you can recruit the area in Texas and Dallas, you're going to get some good players. So we just feel like we can keep building here. And that's what makes it a good fit for us.
I feel like the donors and boosters are in a plenty and they're behind you, which is also a good thing in 2025. We don't want to act like that's not reality. But let's go back to this past weekend. Special moment for you. Go ahead, Con Man.
Yeah, Coach, what did it mean to you to see that, goalpost get ripped down? I mean, it was a massive overtime victory. It's not as if you haven't had huge wins before, but what was it like Saturday and just kind of taking that in after completing the upset against Miami?
It was awesome. It's part of the vision, what we're trying to build here. I wish you could do it overnight, but it takes time. And, 2 years ago, we won a conference championship. Last year, we made the playoffs. And, this year we're still in contention for an ACC championship. And we've gone and won at Clemson and now beat a team like Miami at home. And the most important part was a packed stadium. Ford Stadium was packed. It was loud. It was loud start. It was loud to finish. Obviously, you saw the field just packed with fans and the goalposts coming down. It's what made college football special. And it's been a long time since SMU, we've been in these kind of environments. And to be back in these environments, be back in these games, and to take advantage of these opportunities, I think it's just what gives us all a lot of confidence we can keep this momentum going.
You just mentioned about still being in it. AJ has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, I know you have 3, so-called winnable ACC games here ahead of you guys. I guess what's the message for your team to try to finish out strong and get back to that championship game?
Yeah, we've proven this year we can beat anybody and we can lose to anybody. So, we're going to have to play really well to win up in Boston this weekend. If we can find a way to do that, we stay in the hunt. We're playing meaningful games in November for the 3rd straight year, and that's a big deal. That's our goal every year. Then we'd get an off week, and then, we got a top 15 team in Louisville that would be coming into Ford Stadium. And so just another great opportunity. We're in a different situation than we were last year, right? Last year it was like you're in control, win out and go to the ACC championship game and maybe make the playoff as an at-large, as we did. We stubbed our toe on some games, brand new team, breaking some stuff in, but now we're playing good football. If we can win these 3 games, there's a good chance we can get back to Charlotte, but we have to take care of what we can do, and that's winning these 3 games. So our focus is a little different, right? We're not having to worry about all these other distractions. Nobody's talking about us. We weren't ranked Tuesday night, but yet if we can win out, we'll be 9-3 and 7-1 in the league, and we can possibly be in Charlotte.
I love that you know all these things. Yeah, Tuesday night, no, SMU, yeah, 3 losses. I don't think they dove a little bit deeper, only 1 in conference. We still very much in it. And the fact that if you win your title, you're in the dance, anything can happen, right? Obviously, we feel that way. Did you learn anything last year from the playoff, maybe? What type of team, what you need to be better at, anything like that?
Yeah, I think that whole experience will help if we are fortunate enough to win enough to stay in contention down the end of November and early December. The old saying, act like you've been there before, you can't do it until you've been there before. And, last year was the first time we'd been on that stage in 40 years. And all of our kids, obviously. So we had a good team last year. We had a team that could have played much better against Penn State than we did. Our defense played well, but we didn't. But I think that experience helped us this year when we go on the road to Clemson. And, it's 80, 90,000 people, and they're flipping the lights on and off with 5 minutes to go in the game, and we got to go on an 11-play touchdown drive to win the game. Or Saturday, when it gets to the 4th quarter tied, and then we get the ball down 3 with 2 minutes to go, we got to go tie it up, win in overtime. Like, just each chance we get to be in those moments and those stages, we get better and better at it. So if and when we're able to get back to Charlotte or to the playoffs, I think we'll be better equipped for it.
Calloused, a little bit of a callous team, which is always good news. Tone has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, last year you guys were more of a running team with Brashard Smith, who's now on the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, he was awesome. This year, more of a passing team. Is that because Kevin Jennings is in his 2nd year, you feel more comfortable that way, or is that just kind of how the team is built this season?
Yeah, great question. I mean, we missed Brashard. I mean, that's almost 2,000 yards that went out the door, and he's playing pretty good for the Chiefs. So he was obviously a weapon for us last year. We've got some younger players, and the running game hasn't been as consistent as we'd like it to be this year. We've had some injuries, and at times we just haven't executed like we need to. And yes, we have Kevin Jennings, we have Jordan Hudson, Romello Brinson, some really good tight ends. So, like Saturday was a good example. We could have ran the ball a little bit better, but we weren't going to win the game. And so we kind of had to let Kevin air it out. He threw it 44 times for 365 yards, and it worked. But for us to win these games down the stretch, we're going to have more balance. But, yeah, I think Kevin being more experienced definitely helps us.
Are you guys still moving really slow on offense? Because I know that's what everybody says is how boring your team is.
Here's what's crazy. So Saturday, time of possession, they had 37 minutes. We had 22. That's a whole quarter. But when you dive into it, they ran 78 plays. We ran 70 plays. So our defense didn't really play that much more. That's how fast we were playing when we had the ball. And so, we like to play fast. We like a fast break offense in football, and we like to throw it deep a lot. So hopefully we can keep that going.
Yeah, we like to what we like to call electrify the people whenever they're watching our team, and it has certainly been that. Congrats on the new deal. You've earned it, and good luck to you and the boys the rest of the way.
Thanks, Pat. Appreciate you guys having me on.
What's the chant? You guys have a chant down there? I forget what it was. I forget. Do you guys have a chant? I forget.
I mean, they mainly just chant SMU, SMU over and over and over.
SMU.
It sounds good when they're doing it.
Yeah, it certainly does. Now, Texas Tech and SMU, very similar places, right? I've heard very, very similar.
Very similar, yeah. Exactly. Dallas and Lubbock, really, really alike.
Yeah. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Rhett Lashley.
There you go.
Yeah, I heard Dallas and Texas Tech, very similar places.
Yeah.
Just same state, just got to be the same style of place. Hey, that Dallas place where they're at?
Pretty nice. A lot of cash.
All of the cash, I guess. Yeah. And a lot of those people live through the death penalty.
Yeah.
Right? The SMU go, the old heads, So there's like old heads that are very much like, let's go ahead and get the boys back. And they got great facilities down there. I mean, they are set up for success. And the way Rhett plays, it's a fun team to watch. So, you get a chance to go on a run into place and you got booster and alumni support behind you, you're going to be in what we'd like to call prime college football position. We talked to AQ Shipley yesterday, obviously. He's got no idea who Penn State's hired.
No, neither do they. I don't know.
Whoa, no, just because AQ doesn't know.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
Have you heard about...
Who does AQ want them?
Different name every time we talk to him. Different name. He's learning about new guys. Have you heard about insert name here? Oh, I like him.
Guy's always talking out of his ass.
Who, AQ?
Yeah.
Right here.
Literally.
Like actually doing that on TV for the entire thing, which is certainly something. Rhett Lashley, though, has always been good to us. I appreciate the hell out of him. Speaking of people that have been good to us, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to feel the beat.
It's enjoyable to watch you guys do that.
Yeah, but you're supposed to feel the beat
More
with
enjoyable
us.
if you're doing it.
I think I do feel it, but maybe I'll show it one of these times. You're right.
Joining us now is a man who definitely had to feel the beats because he has a soul unlike A.J. Hawk. Exactly. National champion, head coach of the Ohio State Buckeyes, Ryan Day.
Yay, coach!
Did you feel the beat?
I saw the beat. I felt the beat, yes.
You did? I feel like you didn't feel the beat all of a sudden. Now I'm starting to think you didn't feel the beat. You said you saw the beat. It was first with your eyes, not with the ears and the body. Your bones didn't just start doing this, coach? That wasn't out of nowhere?
No, not so much.
All right, I'll do the dance and I'll do the beat feeling. Okay, you Ohio guys just kind of not feel beats and just kind of look at them. Let's go. Let's talk about some beats, shall we, of the college football season. I do college game day on Saturdays. Pretty big part of the college football conversation, I'd say. We here Monday through Friday talking sports, pretty big part of the sports conversation, I feel like. The only time we bring up your team is we just say how dominant they are. Wow, Ohio State, so dominant. Let's go to the next conversation. You're an odds-on favorite, obviously, to win it all. You have the Heisman favorite at Julian saying nobody's talking about your team or your quarterback, and you guys are the odds-on favorite to win everything. How do you manage that with the team? And do you like that you aren't really the topic of conversation all the time, like maybe you used to be whenever it was negative, and now there's really no positive on the other side?
Well, I think it does and can have an effect on your team. I don't think that there's any question about that. And I think to act like, the fans, the players, the staff members, the recruits, their families aren't watching and listening, that's being naive. So, for us, I know it sounds cliche, and this is the message sort of that I've been talking to our team about, is that, we just cannot get comfortable and we cannot get bored with just the same old thing over and over again. And that's having a great week of preparation and then putting it on the field on Saturday. And that's it. And what we're trying to chase, is we want to be the best in the country at what we do. And we know that we have to play our best football here in the second half of the season. This is where all the good stuff happens right now. And, I think it's, people say ignore the noise when things aren't going well. Well, it's the same thing when things are going well. And so, criticism and blame are all the same. And so you have to stay disciplined and focused on what really matters. And that's the messaging. And it's going to take, a bunch of guys in this building right here to stay focused week in and week out. We got to do that again on Saturday.
You guys have been crushing teams. So much so that people are like, are any of these teams actually good? It's like, well, every Saturday we see some team drop their standard just a little bit. You guys have not done that at all. And we had the chance to chat with you before the opener against Texas. And we talked about, hey, you might be in the middle of a dynasty right now. You might be kicking off a dynasty right now. We have no idea. And you said that you actually, I think, had to talk to some folks about some ideas and opinions on after you're winning it, how do you sustain and how do you stay at the top? How has that been for you as a coach? Like keeping the, hey, we can't get bored doing the same thing. Sounds like that is a message that you probably have been sending all season. Is there any other things that you're picking up on top of the world that you're at while you're trying to stay there?
Well, like you said, it's the same thing over and over again. And there's times where I think you have to adjust the message based on what your team is feeling or doing. But it's the same foundation, the same fundamentals that we start the season with. And that's not going to change. And so, we really wanted to grow up this offseason. We knew we needed to mature, and it was a group of guys that hadn't played a whole bunch of football, but they saw what happened the year before, and I think they recognized the fact that it's a grind. Like what we're asking our guys to do is a year-round deal. And it's not just, from September to November. It's year-round. And the grind that we're in right now, like this thing's going all the way to the middle of January. That's the goal. And so we have to embrace that part of it. So when guys walk in the building every day, like they have to enjoy being around each other. But we're on that field, man. It is a fight. And so Tuesday and Wednesday practice around here, like you got to bring it. If you know, we call them Bloody Tuesdays, man. If you're not bringing it on a Tuesday, you're going to get it. And so that's where it goes. And that's where you get better. And I think for us to play confident on Saturday, like it doesn't matter who we're playing because we're competing against each other every day across the line from each other. And so, if you can cover Jeremiah Smith, or you can get open against Caleb Downs, or you can block Caden McDonald, or you can get around Luke Montgomery, like you should have confidence on Saturday knowing that the opponent you're going against, is, maybe they're as good as those guys, but there's not going to be too many guys better. So that's the confidence that we have to continue to build with as we go towards the end of the season.
That's how they described Alabama. Practice was much harder than the games. Yeah. The second team was trying to beat the first team because they know that they're next and they're trying to put on. So then the games you come around, it's like, is this team better than our second team that we were playing against? Probably not, to be honest. But on that note, prepared for any moment. And if you suck, there's somebody ready for your spot. So it's a nice little motivation. I think they talked about it with the Miami teams way back in the day as well. Every dynasty basically has that culture and that mentality. That's sweet. I didn't know you were doing Bloody Tuesdays. That changes a lot of things in my mind. In 2025, you're doing Bloody Tuesday. Know that I'm on your side. Okay, if we got a Bloody Tuesday call, that means hey, we're still trying to be more physical than you, which is what you have to be to win in football forever and ever. Amen. Go ahead, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, Coach, can you just talk a little bit about a couple of your linebackers, Sonny Styles, Arbel Reese? We're watching these highlights and we're seeing these guys all over the place. I guess we know Sonny's played a lot in this scheme already, in this system with the team. But with Arbel, did you know, I guess, the impact that these guys were going to be able to have this year? Could you foresee it coming in training camp?
I think one of the things that probably doesn't get talked about enough is when Matt Patricia came in. He had to embrace the current staff and then the current players. And so our defensive staff did a great job, I think, of making the transition with some of the new stuff that Matt's brought to the table. But when you talk about Sonny Styles and Caleb Downs, they're the guys that are almost like coaches on the field. And when you look at Sonny, he's wearing the green dot, he's doing the communicating, he started at safety and now, plays linebacker. And so he sees it from top down. And then when you look at Arvell, he played linebacker, but also spent some time on the D-line, came back to linebacker, so he can do multiple things. They're versatile players. But in the transition of sort of a new terminology, a new scheme, those are the guys that have been able to get guys around them to play better. And that's the sign of a great one, is when they make the guys around them better through the communication. But the versatility of all of those guys is what really, I think, what separates them. And just how fast they're playing right now, you can just see there's just a twitch about Arvell, about Sonny, about Caleb. They're seeing it, they're anticipating and not reacting, and that's the key.
Matt Patricia also showcasing a good twitch, isn't he? You see him on the sideline, looks like he's a little faster than he's ever been.
Yeah, he looks good, man. He's down some weight. He's moving around good. The beard looks sharp. I mean, he's moving fast now.
Hey, you're talking about yourself there too a little bit. You look good. Hey, the beard's good too. All the same things you send his way, I think you could go ahead and send right back to yourself, brother. You're absolutely killing it on top of the world. Talk about Matt Patricia though. His defense. It was chatted about after Texas. I think after the Texas game, everybody was like, hold on. And now at game day, anytime I bring up Ohio State, I have to bring up giving up less than 6 points a game. Like Illinois scored some, I think late, and I think there was probably a whole conversation about how that's not how we're doing it this year. And I assume the next week, I think you guys came out and shut them out. Wisconsin, I think, was the next week. And you guys gave up 0 points or whatever. What is Matt Patricia's defense like for you to learn about too? Is it vastly different than what the boys were doing in the past? Or why do you think it has kind of worked so well in college, as we know him as an NFL guy?
Well, Matt has such a Rolodex of years of going against really good offenses, and then also has this resume of players that he's had over the years. And what you'll hear him say a lot of is Arvell's like so and so, or when I had Jamie Collins, he was like this player, and Ninkovich reminded me of this player. And so he combines some of these players that he's had in his past with the schematics of playing against some of the best, quarterbacks and offenses that have been, in the NFL in the last 10 to 20 years. And so when you combine all of those things with a group of guys that, my opinion, have a high football IQ, it can be a lot of fun. Yeah. Every day when he comes in a building, he's got that pencil and he's pulling it out and he's coming up with new stuff, and these guys embrace it. But they're the ones that have to put it on the field. I mean, they're all good plays. We all got good plays, but the players are the ones that have to get it done.
Yeah, and him being able to communicate with that generation. Like all of it. We didn't know how it was going to go with Matt Patricia. We obviously know him. I think we know him very well, have a lot of respect for him. We all appreciate the hell out of him. Obviously, the play call, Seattle Seahawks, New England Patriots, is one of the most legendary defensive play calls in the history, or defensive stands in the history of ball. But when it went to Detroit, how it went, and now he's going to college, especially with the Belichick stuff, how will it work out? It's been awesome seeing him smile. It's been awesome seeing him enjoy football. You too? Have you been enjoying it a little bit more this year?
Like I say, fun is winning.
Okay. Fun is winning. Okay. Yeah.
Fun is kicking ass. I can tell you that. Losing's no fun. So that's it. But I will say this: being around these players and these coaches is fun. Okay. Coming in the building every day is fun. And I think for this age group, it's important that when you walk in this building every day, if you're going to play all the way to January, these guys better like coming in the building, because if they don't, it's not going to go very well. And so we have to figure out ways to drive them, push them, make them uncomfortable, but they have to like being around each other. And it's like that with the staff and with the players.
When you walk through that trophy room over there. What a hilarious flex. Yeah. Not everybody's had a chance, obviously, to be in the Ohio State practice facility. We have been very lucky to be in there, have an entire day there with 6 so awesome. I mean, it was absolutely incredible being over there. Also took some of your Uncrustables.
Sure.
Had a couple of those. We appreciate it. We enjoyed some of the fruits of the boys' labor over there for sure. But as you walk into that facility, it's just a big trophy room. And this thing's 3-4 stories high. It's all trophies everywhere. It immediately puts into perspective, I think, oh, yeah, we win around here. And I think that's a nice reminder, especially with what you guys just did. This isn't new. This is what Ohio State football is. And on that note, you might have your best quarterback you've ever had right now. Go ahead, Ty.
Yeah, Coach Pat mentioned how no one's really talking about Julian Sain, although he is the odds-on favorite to win Heisman. And even at the start of the season, that was kind of the big question mark. Hey, we know how talented this guy is, but we still haven't seen it. Especially coming in for Will Howard, who had that many starts under his belt and that much experience. How impressed have you been with Julian Sain so far this year? Because if you don't really watch the games and you just look at the box scores, it seems like he's getting better each and every week.
Well, he is. He is. I think his confidence is probably the biggest thing. I think we've always seen that Julian can make the throws. He has that innate talent. The ball comes out quickly. His mind works quickly. His footwork is good. He's probably a little more athletic than he gets credit for. He's quick. But to me, it's been the preparation. He had an opportunity to watch Will Howard go about it last year. What came with that? What came with last season? And what a great opportunity to take a year to learn from somebody and then go now it's his team. And the command he has, the confidence that the guys have around him, that if they protect for him, they know they got some really good receivers that are getting open down the field, and then certainly in the run game. So I just like his command of the offense and his confidence right now.
I think that's what AJ, isn't that what you said from watching the game live? You said it was the first game you really had a chance to be down there this season because you've had family and visiting and stuff going on. You're like, he's a guy. He operates as a guy, right, AJ?
Yeah, I was on the field pregame, and then I saw the first couple of series from the end zone, and watching him just everything. Like I told you, Coach, like I said on the show here, I watch all the little things, how he comes in down the huddle, talking to coaches. Yeah, and when he decides to pull the trigger, man, that dude, he's got a live arm. It's fun to watch.
Good for you, Ryan. Hey, good for you all over there. Congratulations on a great start. Obviously, you've won absolutely nothing this season. Okay, nothing.
Right.
Number one team.
No, that's right. That's exactly the
number one team in the country, though. Hey, number one team in the country. This guy right here. This guy's the number one team in the country. Hey, this guy.
Everybody that too. Keep telling everybody, because that's what I'm telling. We haven't won a thing yet. We haven't done a thing yet, so we got a long way to go. A lot of football ahead of us.
I don't know.
Appreciate
Tuesday night, I think I saw they crowned you guys.
That's right.
Yeah, this guy got the number one team in the country.
Don't start with that crap.
You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. National Ryan Day, thank you.
Yeah, Coach.
He wasn't saying
He's starting to get up.
Nah, that's uncomfortable. We haven't won anything. No. No, you guys did Tuesday night. They actually said,
you win.
These are the winners.
Done deal.
Look at them right there in the middle of the bracket in a very weird place. That's the number one team in the country.
Yeah.
Can they not? Couldn't they set that up differently just for now?
Yeah.
So it does it like this is what it's going to look like when you're there. But yeah, the number one team in the country right here in the middle of the thing. It's like, all right, sweet. That's an interesting dynamic. But on that note, Julian Sain's so good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I love hearing what he just said right there. His leadership, his command, his moxie is what drives the boys. That's very real when it comes to quarterback position, especially brand new quarterback for a team or brand new starter for a team, AJ.
I think if he came in and just stumbled out of the gates and lost the game earlier, just hasn't been playing well, coming off the year they had with Will Howard and now what he'd done, good luck. They would be calling for your head 3 series into the first game.
And he still has Jeremiah Smith and Carnell Tate out there. So it's like, so we know what the problem is. It's this one right here.
Yeah.
This quarterback right here. Well, it's a whole new team, actually. We don't really know. We got to give them time to kind of find. Nope. Yeah, we just saw it in the national championship. We just watched 3rd and 9, you remember?
Yeah.
Will Howard threw that thing up. We need Julian to do that. And he has. Beats Arch in Texas week 1. Nobody talks about him. Then he just goes on to be dominant. 80% completion rate or something like that?
Still there.
It's like 80% completion
He's
rate.
not dinking and dunking it either. He's not just throwing behind the line of scrimmage.
Deep balls.
Quick release, too. He's got a little Dan Marino in there. He's got a little Danny in
quarterback.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's go to the great state of Texas with a team that is undefeated in the SEC. It's time to feel the beat.
That's a good one.
Did you feel it, AJ?
Yeah, he was dancing.
That was the best one yet. That was by far the best one.
Well, I had to take my big countries up on this big seat because we got a man with a big brain. Ladies and gentlemen, the Texas A&M football head coach, the number 3 team in the country, undefeated Texas A&M Aggies, Mike Elco.
I'll tell you what, that's a heck of an introduction right there, Pat. I appreciate you getting on a chair for me.
Yeah, no. Hey, you know what? I did get on a chair for you because of how big of a fan of yours I am. Did you feel the beat over there? Did it hit your bones at all?
It did. I was dancing. You just didn't have the camera on at the time.
Okay, I knew that about you.
Yep.
Golly, I knew that about you. Okay, speaking of knowing about you, I didn't know much, okay, before I get into the college football world. Down at Duke, I obviously get to meet you, your entire staff. You go over to Texas A&M, take the job, it's a huge deal. Everybody says, Mike Elco, good football coach. Mike Elco, good football coach. Texas A&M has all the support that you could possibly want to be a good team. Everybody assumes you're going to be good. Then going into this season, your second year, nobody's really talking about Texas A&M. Even at the beginning of the season, you guys have a couple good games. Nobody's really expecting greatness. I want to let you know, because of how big your brain is, okay, and how everybody has ever said about you is you're a good football coach. I expected your team to be great this year, and I don't want to say I'm a super genius, but did you as well? You had to know that this was probably coming with this particular squad in the preseason, and how do you feel sitting undefeated at this stage of the season with everything literally very much in front of you still?
Yeah, obviously we felt like we had a chance to take a huge step forward. And, last year we had a really good first 2 months of the season and we didn't finish it the right way. And I love the way our kids attacked the offseason. I love the development that we had in the program. There was a really good feel for where the culture was and what guys were doing. And so we went into the season obviously confident that we could put things together and have a really good year. And it's a testament to the kids that they went out and did that. And obviously we've added some weapons on offense, and I think that's made a big difference for us.
Tell me about Marcel Reed. Obviously we saw him last year a bit, but whenever you talk about executing the entire offense, it feels like he's very comfortable, very confident, and the boys seemingly love him out there. How could you not?
Yeah, no, I think he's made a huge step. I got kind of tired of answering the question in the offseason because it was the one everybody wanted to know. But we had seen it. We had seen the development. We knew how hard he was working. We knew what he was capable of becoming, and we knew he could be the quarterback we needed, throwing the football and running it. And so I think you see a kid now who can sit confidently in the pocket and go through his progressions and put the ball where he needs to go. And you also see a kid that you're showing in these highlights that when the play breaks down, he can go out and he can make things happen with his athleticism. And so he's truly become the dual threat kid we knew he could be. And it's hard to argue that there's been a quarterback better in big moments on big stages than him this year.
Hell yeah. Go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I think somebody, Coach, that probably helps us with a lot of that. Your OC, Colin Reed. I know you're a defensive guy, but bringing in an offensive coordinator, obviously huge hire. Yeah, my bad about that, Klein.
Sorry.
But I would thinking about that hire as a defensive coach. What has that done for your offense? I know he's not a very old guy, and you bring him in there and he just hits the ground running. You guys are very balanced, explosive offense.
Yeah, I think obviously when you're the defensive-minded guy, that's a really critical hire for you. I did a very similar thing when I got to Duke. I kind of locked myself in a room and I just study offenses and watched what he did at Kansas State. I thought he was really multiple in how he attacked people. I thought he did a really good job utilizing his personnel there and figured out he'd sit down and have a talk with them. And, when we got together, we actually had breakfast in Colorado. I flew out to Colorado to spend time with them. And we just really hit it off. We did. I think philosophically, we're very much aligned in how we see things. And obviously he's doing a tremendous job coordinating that side of the ball and creating an explosive attack every week.
What'd you guys do? You flew to Colorado, smoked some weed?
Well, I don't know if that's really the cup of tea that we're at, but we had a good breakfast, Pat. We had a good breakfast. We can mind out of the gutter a little bit, Pat. It's still early in the morning.
I know. In my mind, I'm heading to Colorado. Okay, I know where I'm headed. I know what I'm doing. Different. You're a ball coach.
Different spots in life, Pat. You and I right now.
Hey, maybe you and I go to Colorado one time, though. Well, you do a little breakfast, I'll do a little smoke, and we'll figure it all out. But I appreciate you taking that, knowing that was the guy you want. That's why you travel to Colorado to go do that, selling him. And then now you guys obviously are reaping everything that you've sown from that offseason because you guys look special on the offensive side. There's actually some question marks on the other side. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Coach, since you said you're a defense guy, I wanted to ask you about this Tuesday, the college football committee chair, playoff committee chair, whatever the title is, Mac Rhodes. Said
super duper
leader of the college football playoff committee said that the difference between Ohio State, Indiana, and A&M when they got down to it was the defense. That's why you guys were 3 and not 1 or 2. Obviously, the beginning of the season, you had Notre Dame, which was just a high-scoring affair. But then you got into SEC play, and your third down defense is unbelievable. Getting to the quarterback's been unbelievable. What has been the difference, and have you guys grown all season long on that defensive side?
Yeah, I think so. And listen, when it comes to the rankings, they have a really difficult task. You're trying to compare apples, oranges, and bananas all across the country. Nobody plays the same teams. Nobody has similar schedules. And so, it's a good thing now the playoff is 12, and ultimately at the end of the day, it's going to get decided on the field. In terms of our defense, I think we've we've grown each week. I think we've had weeks where we've played consistently really, really well. We've had quarters where we've played really, really well. I still think we're trying to put it all together still at the level we're capable of. But, we've got the leading sack man in the SEC who's swimming on the ground right there on the highlight now. And I think we've got a pretty good secondary that's gotten better every week. And so, we just look forward to continuing to grow and really become what we're capable of being.
Anytime we were reading the stats of your defense early in the season, it was like, well, Elco's going to get the defense Elco's going to get the defense at some point. Was it as easy as just like figuring things out, or like what is a change that you can make throughout a season to make a defense better?
Yeah, I think, one, the kids get more comfortable in what we're doing. I think two, as the stages have gotten bigger, they've elevated their focus level a little bit. I think confidence has grown a little bit, and I think they're playing at a better level. And I think we've played complementary football for the most part this year. There's been times where the defense has carried it, but there's certainly been times where the offense has had to step up and carry it as well.
Second year at Texas A&M, undefeated. You got 4 left. You got Mizzou at Mizzou. Then you have South Carolina, Samford, and then Texas to wrap up the season. I know you can't be looking ahead or anything like that, but you got to be excited that in your second year in a place that was willing to pay the amount of money that they were willing to pay to move on, that you've been able to deliver for them, honestly. And I hope you take a lot of pride in that, and I hope you share that with the boys down there for all the hard work that you've already been able to accomplish.
No, for sure. There's obviously a burden when you come in here and there's expectations that, hey, if we spent that amount of money to make the change and you're the guy that we picked, we're kind of expecting results. And this is 2 years in a row that we've put ourselves in position going into November to be meaningful and be relevant. We got to go finish it. And that's been the mindset. That's been the focus every step along the way. We know we're a talented team. We know we have the ability to go out and play with anybody in the country, but every Saturday you got to go out and prove it, and that's the world we live in today. And so we're here. It's November. It's time to go. It's time to go show what we're capable of, and we're excited for the big challenge we got on Saturday.
Yeah, you're in a good spot. It doesn't sound like that sometimes, though. Ty has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach, has the local media lightened up a little bit over the last couple weeks? I know a couple weeks ago, when you guys were still undefeated, obviously that's what fans like to do. They like to get all cynical and poke holes in everything when you don't win 100-0 every week. But now, after the most recent rankings and where you guys are at, are things pretty good every single day when you're talking with people who are covering the team?
Listen, media is the media. You guys are a big part of it too. It's
yeah, we are part of the problem. Yeah.
No, it's listen, everybody wants to figure out how come this part's not perfect, that part's not perfect. I think the biggest thing that I've just tried to get our fan base and our media around is the fact that it's hard to win football games. And so we're doing things, we won on the road against the top 10 team for the first time since 1979. We won in Baton Rouge for the first time since 1994. We're 8-0 for the first time since those are long times ago. Like I was not very much into coaching at that point. And so let's just take a step back and let's enjoy the fact that we're winning, and let's not just focus on the play in the second quarter that we didn't do the right way and how that's going to kill us if we move forward and we keep making those mistakes.
I will say that second quarter play has come back to bite.
I actually think I heard you. I think I heard you referencing that on game day.
Just wait. I'm going to start doing a little bit more research on your poor ass second quarters now that I know that is potentially where we need to attack. I appreciate, though, that you're keeping it all in perspective, though, through it all. And obviously that relationship with people that have been covering the team for a long time, they've been through this. They've been through it a lot of times. They're expecting probably, which is once again why you're hired to bring it in the way it is. And on that note, you talk about having a good setup down there. I've had the opportunity, obviously, to be a part of a couple game days down there. Your crowd and your fans are so awesome. I mean, it is such a cool place. But also, the traditions and the way you guys set things up might be tops in the country. Go ahead, Con, man.
Yeah, Coach, let's go off the field and talk about the game day kind of production of the whole entire thing. Do you think that the college football playoff would rank Texas A&M's walkout as number one? One of our guys, Gumpy, always posts it, and it's basically the most electric walkout in the entire country, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean, certainly got to be up there. I think we're 10 straight games. We've had over 100,000 fans in our stadium. The 12th man shows up and supports always. I think we've had more people at our Friday night midnight yells than a lot of people have in their home games. It's a really passionate fan base. It's a great atmosphere. There's nothing like running out of the tunnel on Kyle Field, and it's just great to put together a season that these fans really deserve and can really get behind. And we're obviously focused on this week and South Carolina or in Missouri, but it'll be great to get back home for South Carolina. And it's been a while. It's been over a month since we've been home.
Oh, the place is going to go crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Huh?
You like that song. I mean, you can dance to that one, too.
I see you two. Hey, I see you two turning around, doing a little talk, a little bat on the shoulder, and then you do your little skip. You got your little skip, little run, bringing it back old school. It is. You
can't walk down the tunnel without a little bit of swagger in how you go about it.
Especially with the lighting. And from what I heard some of the boys say last year while they're walking down next to you, it's like, I don't know how you're not ready to go win a football game by 1,000. The lighting, the songs, just everything about it is special. And you talk about the midnight yell. Obviously that is easy to for other teams to make fun of. It's like, hey, they're dressed weird, they're going through their thing, they're doing this thing at midnight. It's like, these people are showing up for the game literally at midnight the night before so they can learn how they can terrorize your team on the thing. It's a special place, and I love that you've embraced it all. And your walkout is, I don't know, Tennessee had a great one last week.
Yeah. Bama.
Tennessee, Bama's got a 6 out of Penn State, obviously, with the whiteout people will talk about
College football, man.
for a long, long time. Oregon was insane when I was up there. It's just a little smaller than everywhere else.
Texas Tech, I believe, has a pretty sweet one as well.
Excited to experience that this weekend. But your guys' shit is awesome. And look at you. Hey, how are you feeling on the runouts this year? You're 30-some days away from your last run out. How are you feeling? We doing a little knee drive? Maybe get a full sprint like your Dabo out there?
Well, I don't know if I'm going to risk pulling something like that, but no, there's an energy when you get down to the bottom of that tunnel. Like there's an energy and an electricity in the air that really it's unmatched, and it's an unbelievable feeling. It's an unbelievable feeling leading that group out, and you feel especially good when you know the group behind you is going to go out and play the way they're capable of and lay it all on the line and have your back. And so it's a really good time right now to be a fighting Texas Aggie. There's no doubt about it.
You got a special place down there, and they got a special coach. You're the man, ladies and gentlemen. Coach Mike Elco.
Yeah, Coach.
Hey,
appreciate you guys.
Hey, how far are you guys from Lubbock? Do you know?
Oh gosh, pretty far, like really far.
Big state.
Yeah, probably like 4 northeastern states. I think we're like 8 hours.
So you take Rhode Island, you take Delaware, you take Vermont, even Massachusetts. I think you could.
It's a 7-hour drive.
Yeah, like New Jersey down to North Carolina.
You're the man. Ladies and gentlemen, Mike Elco. All right, I won't see you this weekend. I won't see you this weekend. That was funny. About 4 northeastern states away.
I mean, 7 hours. That is Boston to D.C., so he's not lying.
That's crazy to think about how big Texas is.
All of Pennsylvania.
So West Texas is North Texas, right? Because that's Lubbock is kind of, it feels like.
A&M's down here, Lubbock's up here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they count that as a West Texas, I think, right? A lot of this, too, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's what Raider Red does.
That's right. That's where Yosemite Sam's from.
Bro, I cannot really.
I assume
I thought he was from Yosemite.
I assume.
No, he looks just like Raider Red.
He does look just like Raider Red.
Probably from down there.
Yes.
Yep. Yeah.
I can't wait.
I foresee a lot of that.
Oh my gosh! I'll make sure I do it good though. With a couple.
Are you taking a couple with you?
Well, I don't know.
Couple 6-shooters.
I mean, that's the thing. You got to check the state laws when you're traveling.
Texas, you can do it.
Plenty of musicians have gotten in trouble with their tour buses. Because they have potentially been strapped up, and then all of a sudden you drive into a state and it's like, well, actually your gun license doesn't work here. But it just worked like 20 minutes. Well, we're not 20 minutes ago, so we are now putting you in jail for how long? However we want. So I think Texas probably would be pretty good if I had to guess. Indiana and Texas probably share some gun license stuff. Yeah, maybe I do take a couple of mine down there and just pull them out right now. Pull them out of my.
Absolutely.
Pull them both out. This is what I
shoot it in the air, though. Shoot up in the air, though. Don't shoot it towards anybody.
Oh, you want me to go shoot it too? So you didn't.
I thought you were using them, right?
You said if I'm pulling it out, all right, let's get the one out of the back, let's get the one here, and then let's actually unload these things. You're on the set. Could you imagine being on the set? Boom,
be awesome.
Lights dropping.
Got to come down somewhere. Yeah.
That'd be crazy. Can't wait to get down there with them. Honestly, I've heard nothing but great things. And obviously the videos we have seen coming out of Lubbock in preparation for this weekend's game are special. And those kids have been practicing kicking. Looks like there's some guys that got some good shit kickers on down there that can be able to move it. Okay, let's talk about some news around the NFL that is phenomenally sad. Cowboys, number 94, literally just scored a touchdown a few nights ago on Monday Night Football for the Dallas Cowboys on a blocked punt. Was found dead this morning. And obviously this is incredibly sad. Just had the night or the game in the moment, I assume that he's worked his entire life to have. And then the Frisco police and the Texas State Resource, I believe, Department, something along those lines, have put out a couple statements right before we went live about an accident happening and then a chase and then him evading and then a search in an area and then him sending some messages to people that he knew that were potentially alarming, and then they found him pass away. So we would just like to let everybody know that we are so sorry that this happened down there in Dallas to the Cowboys. We are so sorry to the family, the friends, former teammates, former coaches of Marshall, especially after what just happened on Monday. Everybody that has coached this guy, been a teammate with this guy, you name it, on Monday, after he scores that touchdown, say, this is our guy, this is our guy. So he literally just probably came up in conversation again for so many people. Probably so many good memories being talked about, so many good stories, so many good everything happening just on Monday. And then here we are just a few days later and he's gone. And it's like, we didn't know him, but this is certainly something like perspective, dude. Like, you never know what anybody's going through. You have no idea what's going on in anybody's life. And if you have the opportunity to maybe change the trajectory of somebody's day by just telling them, like, hey, hope you're good, let's go ahead and do that. That's like another reminder is what I saw from this, AJ Hawk.
Yeah, terrible things like this. Yeah, that's the only, you got to take the only positives they should hopefully bring you together with the people you care about and you love. And yeah, it's weird, man. It's weird with dealing with all of it. It's, as you get older too, it's wild. So yeah, I think it should. Perspective. You always talk about that.
Yeah, perspective big. So rest in peace to him and his family. And we are so sorry about that. Rashid Shaheed went into Seattle. He's the new Seahawks wide receiver. He said, I'm here to stay. Mm-hmm. I'm here to stay. He's a weapon. Sam Darnold can spin it. And now that you got Jackson Smith and Jigba and Rashid Shaheed on the same offense, let alone all the other weapons, it's like the Seattle Seahawks go from great to greater somehow. And they're in it for real, AJ. Feels like the Seattle Seahawks make a big-time statement that they are in it for real with Rashid Shaheed, and he's feeling the same way, it sounds like.
Yeah, it's good to see how he enjoys being there, and he wants to be there for a long time. Yeah, John Schneider, man, he just kind of quietly goes about his business and continues to make this team better and better. This route right here was awesome, by the way. I love watching this.
Yeah, and you have to give him respect for the deep ball, so he can cut those things off at any moment. So he can be a mid-throw anytime he wants because everybody's got to give him so much respect for the deep ball. So it's like, I'm excited to see what they do with him in that offense. Huge news in hockey last night. Alex Ovechkin scored his 900th goal. First player ever with 900 goals. Wow. Congratulations, Ovi. Ovi, friend of the program, I guess we could say. Yeah. Because he obviously joined the program last year as he was in the middle of breaking the goals record. Now he's at 900 goals, first person ever, and he does it in a nasty backhand. Obviously sneaking it past the goalie. Ovi's special. Very, very lucky that we've been able to watch his entire run. And I think he's nowhere near done. If you listen to him talk, he's going to be putting pucks in the nets for as long as he possibly can. Nick, this guy's the greatest goal scorer in the history of hockey, and he notches another resume builder, basically.
Absolutely, and he does it in un-Ovi-like fashion with a spinning backhand. Pretty exceptional to do. And he's going again tonight against the Pittsburgh Penguins.
Ooh.
Okay.
Oh, no.
Sorry you're plateauing at 900 for a while, Ovi, as the boys were celebrating. Remember, if you can watch an NHL game, do it. They're awesome. The sport's great, and it's currently happening. And Ovi is a GOAT, and we get a chance to watch him for hopefully the next 10 years if he continues to drink his Diet Coke and the way he operates. We appreciate you all so much for allowing us to do this for a living. We'll make our picks digitally on YouTube, ESPN+, Disney+, and TikTok Live. Hope you're able to find those. Obviously, with a lot of things going on in the world, we hope to continue to be a little bit of a distraction to all the bullshit and a celebration of sports. We'll celebrate Week 10 kicking off tonight, tomorrow. Goodbye. Tonight's Week 10, I was going to say. Should have went with it.
I mean, it's still wise.
Yeah. Title of the day.
Did you see what the Blues goalie did?
What did he do?
He took a puck and hit it in his pants.
Yes.
Ref had to come get it from him.
Classic Benner.
Unbelievable.
Wait.
He's Canadian, but
This was after I believe he got caught, and he had to give it back.
yeah, the ref comes up
No,
to
this
him
is
right
him
after.
doing it.
Oh,
The
that's
ref-
him doing
The
it.
ref comes over, gives him a little talking to.
Give me that puck.
Hey, we're going to need that puck.
No.
Why do they need it back?
Why'd he skate away so he didn't see him take it out of his pants?
Yeah, what are we doing
He's
here?
following you. Yeah, he's still there with you, dude. I don't have it. What are you talking about? It's not me.
Oh, it's in the corner.
Oh,
how'd that get in there?
Oh, there it was the whole time. He was going to keep that?
Yeah, why does it smell like poop?
What was that?
He was going to sell it on eBay for like $1,000.
Oh.
Yeah, not a bad play.
Benner, he likes to get under the skin of the other team any way he can. He'll find any edge and he'll take it.
Did you hear the story about the guy that had the home run ball hit him in the leg while he was trying to buy some popcorn or something like that? Shohei's home run ball. There's a guy that was in like a concession line. Homer bomb hits him in the leg. Just picks it up. 150,000.
Yeah, pretty
Wow.
sweet. Look at that foul.
That's sweet.
Yeah, I was reading the story about how much the auction people were like, "Yep, we got to do this entire thing now because of this entire deal." And it was just such a bomb that it made it all the way into the thing and just.
Oh, nice.
Baseball.
Sir, this ball, we now need your ID. We need to take a picture. Can I get my nut? Fuck the nachos.
Yeah.
Fuck the nachos. Come with me.
That's crazy. Like sports memorabilia. Remember Tom Brady's situation from a few years back? Tyrese Halliburton and Giannis, right? Didn't they have a situation?
The ball.
Yeah, basketball.
Yep.
Basketball was happening. All this, these memorable moments. That's why Cam Little, whenever we finally were able to debut the entire conversation, he chatted about how, they want the ball or the cleats. I forget what they want. They want something. And he's like, I'm not giving them the jersey, though. No, they wanted the jersey. And he said, I'm not giving them the ball.
Yeah.
It's like, you let the jersey go in the Hall of Fame, brother. Yeah. They'll put lights on it. They'll make you look like you're a fucking butkus. They're going to make it look like you are one of the legends of the game. And Cam Little's going to be like, yo, dude, that's my fucking jersey right there. Yeah, legit. 68-yarder. Think about
He's
that.
going to beat it. Don't you think he's going to beat that? I bet.
He would have for that particular kick.
Yeah.
He would have for that particular kick. He's special talent. All right, let's get to a break on the other side. Let's make our picks. Let's wrap up the storylines. Oh, I don't even want to talk about it. We almost lost Ty in a U-ball incident.
Oh. So D-Bone was tipping it with his foot?
Let's go to the footage, actually, if we could pause the music. So we actually have the footage. Foxy found the footage. And here's the moment. Obviously, Foxy shoots. And yeah. Okay. See, it kind of comes quick, so we'll zoom it. Boom. He was nowhere near jumping in the air either. Remember, if you kick the ball, you have to be in.
You don't have skill to do that.
In my defense, that's the first time I've stuck my foot out and hit the ball.
Because my first reaction was Debo trying to change the game a little bit, trying to do that. Ty's first reaction, why the fuck do you think you'd be able to pull that off? Almost died. Ball goes flying past head. U-ball's getting good. U-ball's getting good in here. Nowhere near jumping, by the way. Hey, D-Bone.
Don't you have to attempt to jump? You got to at least attempt to jump, right?
Yes, if you're going to kick, it has to appear as if you're trying to be in the air. There might be a chance you're on the ground, but at least the thought was I have to be in the sky. Because a kick is a radical move on the defensive side. It really turns the entire momentum on its head if you're able to pull off a kick tip into some sort of tip in on the defensive side. D-Bone has seen others attempt it. Others are just a few people, okay? People that have actually used their feet before, potentially professionally, So D-Bone says, wait a minute, I didn't know that was a move. Let me go ahead and just throw this thing out there. And to be clear, great ball contact.
Yeah.
It
really was.
It was, he caught
We've been in this Thunderdome for like 3 or 4 years now, and I've never seen any ball of any type ever hit the ceiling, ever, until D-Bone did that.
That baby, D-Bone.
Congrats, Bone.
D-Bone had a big one last night at the Ryman. He had a big one. He was.
I heard. I could imagine his face as different people walk into the bus, to the room, wherever it might be.
Play it cool, D-Bone. Start sweating. I'm in the fridge. Anybody want a water? Everybody in there. Yes, Debo. No, I'm good. Just act normal. Just fucking take a
I heard
water.
he ended the night well, too.
Yeah, I mean, he batted 1,000, I will say. I will say the D-Bone batted 1,000. Looks so cool, too. He had his boots on.
Oh, hell yeah. Did you hear what he had to do?
What's that?
1:30 a.m. when you guys got back?
Yeah.
He had a calling. He had to go to McDonald's. He was hungry.
Come on.
Yeah.
Are they open 24 hours?
Oh, yeah.
Tempe Nuggets.
I thought that with the night he had.
10 piece.
No, it gets better.
Oh,
He took a detour because Sarge was behind him, so Sarge didn't see him go to McDonald's.
No.
So he evaded Sarge?
So how'd you find out?
He told us today.
Okay.
He was
But
lining up for a donut this morning and told us.
Yeah, but he had a tummy ache after eating the McDonald's, so then he had to rub one out, and it saved his night. He said it was perfect.
I didn't get to bed till about 2:15.
Yeah. Went on a deep dive, page 50.
That's a lot of right.
But I don't know, man. That's what he does.
All right, let's get to a break. On the other side, we'll make a pick. We'll see if D-Bone's okay. D-Bone, come on. 1:30 a.m.? We can't be doing that.
He got off the plane and said, you know what would be perfect to end this night? Some McDonald's.
I respect that you're in that stage of your life, and I've been there before. Sure. We're just trying to tell you, D-Bone, is just drink a water. Just chug a water. It's 1:30 a.m. Just chug a water. You'll be so uncomfortable you won't want to eat. Just go to bed.
You'll wake up in 5 hours.
And you'll have to piss, and then you're up for breakfast.
Yep.
And then guess what?
You can get McDonald's breakfast.
Because what he did, you know what he did. The 1:30 actually told, oh, I can't wait for breakfast, McDonald's. He got McDonald's breakfast again immediately.
He probably did.
Yeah.
Live your life, T-Bone.
Baby Bone.
I mean, he's going to start driving out to well, no, I guess if he admitted it. But, yeah, if he's trying to, lose a tail so people don't know that he's going to McDonald's, then, yeah, that's a lot.
There's an update on the group text. 13 minutes out of my way, by the way. Had to.
Oh, no.
First Sergeant Garland. Jesus. It's unbelievable. I almost broke my neck on that plane last night. Nodding off. I had one of those. Oh, my God. It was late night, but it was worth it. And watching D-Bone like a little kid in there was pretty cool.
Hell yeah.
It was a pretty cool little moment. Obviously, he knew every song that was being sung. This one hasn't been released yet. D-Bone singing every word. There's actually a couple samples that have been released of this song through the blah, blah, blah website or blogger or whatever. It's like, Jesus, you're awesome, dude. You are awesome. We're in it. We're in the middle of it. Country royalty last night. Country royalty all over the place. And I'll say this, everybody crushed it. That was a great show. Like, it was a very, very great. There was emotional moments in there. There was in there. We were super country at one point. I mean, we were fucking out there in the country one time. D-Bone knew it all. And that's why we love him.
Bingo.
Be a friend, tell a friend something nice. It might change their life. We're back on the other side with picks and such. Take 5. Jack, you got anything to say to the team here?
Oh, man, you guys keep crushing and firing everybody up. It's bigger than you guys, and you guys are the friggin' best.
Boom.
Thank you, Jack.
That's amazing.
Yes.
God damn, I needed that.
I got back in shape. I got the best shape of my life. I felt like I just throw people through walls. Oh, shit. What's happening?
What the fuck is this?
We interrupt your regular programming with breaking news.
We have reports of a UAP approaching Indianapolis. They have messaged to officials they are coming to take over the world.
Government agencies have been alerted that they plan to land and activate Earth's Armageddon switch.
This is literally the scariest situation imaginable, a true doomsday scenario. Please stay calm, seek shelter immediately, and pray to whatever God or higher power you believe in.
What is that?
What? Landed here?
I think Indianapolis. What? So that can't be.
We gotta go find these motherfuckers.
Yeah?
That's what we need to do.
I think it sounds like something you should do. Jack Carr. Yeah. I don't know. We need to.
Let's go. Come on. Let's go.
All right, then let's go. Yeah. Let's. Fuck these pieces of shit.
Let's get them.
here. It's here.
It's the button.
Yeah, it is. Oh.
Hey, do you have a rifle?
No, I got something better. Jack, I've been saving this.
What?
Yeah.
What is this thing? Ask for a rifle. What is this?
Yeah, it kills aliens. Yeah, I bought it online, deep web.
That's certainly convenient for us. All right, here we go. Hey, will you be my spotter?
Oh my God, it'd be my honor. Let's go kill these motherfuckers.
Let's do this.
Where are they?
I don't know. I think they're coming. Looks like they might be coming from right over here.
Yeah, looks like I see their fucking ship. Let's get them. They're not gonna get to that button, Jack.
Nope, they will not get to that button.
Is that one of them? Yeah. Black helmet, Carhartt khaki. He's walking right at you. Go ahead and pep. Yep. That's it, Jack Carr. That's it, Jack Carr. You killed that son of a bitch. Oh, there's another one. He looks the exact same, a little taller, a little bit more awkward. A little more awkward? Yeah, he's in the same spot though. Go ahead and get him. Go ahead. Yeah, there it is. Good hit, Jack Carr.
Two down.
2 dead aliens. Not on our watch. Oh, he came down backwards. This one's showing you his back. No respect.
No respect.
Kind of a disrespectful alien here as he drags his carcass around. Looks different. Oh, all 3 of them stacked up. Nice. Jack Carr slaying aliens. Oh, there's one more. It's a big one.
Oh, he looks like an eater.
He is an eater.
Oh, man.
This must be their supreme commander. Look at the size. He's looking at you, Jack. He's coming at you, Jack. He's coming at us, Jack. Get his big ass, Jack. Boom. This guy's trying to take down our planet. Go the fuck out. That's it, Jack Carr. Go back to where you came from, you sack of shit! Hey, good work, dude. Amazing. That was awesome. I mean, they were gonna fucking come in here. I mean, they just popped up and they just shot him right in the fucking head.
I don't know. Good thing we saw that newscast when we did.
Well, that's why they do the live alert. I don't know. Did we know that? That's still.
I feel like that should have been disclosed when we got this place.
The legit. Let's go in and talk to the boys.
Amazing, let's do it.
What a life you live.
Man, I'm just glad you had this rifle and I had those binos. What are the odds of that? I mean,
I could see them.
Good thing I carry those with me everywhere I go.
The big one at the end really ate some fucking pain.
Yeah, I feel like he stopped somewhere on the way in for a snack.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
Are we good?
What do you think, boys? Fucking Jack Carr's here. If that's not enough reason to buy his new book, I don't know what is. Fucker just saved the earth. And nobody would have known about it if it didn't just so happen to happen right here with all these cameras. Thank you, Jack Carr. Thank you, Jack Carr.
Thank you, Jack. Thank you, Jack.
Thanks, guys.
Thank
you, guys.
3-time World Saver Jack Carr has done it again. We're all mind blown that a global attack always seemingly happens when Jack Carr comes to the Thunderdome. But boy, we're thankful he's always there to save us all. On that note, Jack Carr's new book, Cry Havoc, is available now. It's a Vietnam-era thriller and the 8th installment of the multiple-time New York Times best-selling series Terminal List. Hell yeah, Jack Carr. Hell yeah.
You know what? I think there's only one thing left to do here. I've experienced cafecito time. I've experienced the wonderful culture. I've experienced the beautiful people, and I think we got some Canes over here. We got some Canes over This day in Coral Gables is going to be one that I will remember for the rest of my life. Ray Lewis started his dance right here at Miami. Ed Reed started his legendary run here at Miami. The legends of football run deep. The moments are special. The national championships are in abundance. Just last year, a lovely University of Miami woman diver from Italy won a national championship. This thing's been staring at me all damn day.
You're out of your mind, brother. You're crazy.
Kirk, I'm a little winded.
That's what I was going to say. You talked the whole time you were running. I'll give you a chance to catch your breath, you son of a bitch. You're crazy.
I hope somebody got a lifesaver over there.
Is there a lot of that?
My man's out of breath.
It is a long way to the top.
Are you going to jump in your suit? Are you going to jump in that full suit?
Yeah, so
I'm tired for you. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Oh, he's going to take the jacket off. Okay.
Okay.
Oh, he's taking the shirt off now.
Okay. All right.
Looking ripped. Looking
looking
ripped.
fit.
Oh, he's taking the drawers off.
Ladies and gentlemen.
The pants.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Not the drawers.
Ladies and gentlemen, if you come to this beautiful campus, you will notice quickly that the students here love this university. They love this atmosphere. And I'm with everybody. I think the U is back. Give me.
He's got the speed on. Oh, my God.
Give me the.
Canes, baby.
Here it goes.
Oh, God.
Here it goes. Feet together. Feet together.
I think that was the lead so for the Pacer.
Everybody's got the U. Rushing it out.
Oh, my God.
McAfee with the refreshing punch. Miami and Florida tonight. Let's have a look at that again. Check out the form, Herbie. Oh, man.
Let's see the toes.
We need just to
They look pretty good.
Legs together, right? Perfect.
Perfection. Wicked and all.
Is my guy here named?
Ben Guyman,
What is your major?
psychology.
Okay, you're a psychology major. You're a deep thinker, is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, is that going to help or hurt you today, you think?
Maybe hurt a little.
Okay, well, I want to let you know, psychology-wise, you should know that there is a radiant energy of positivity right to your left. Jelly Roll will be here helping out. So Jelly Roll said, Pat, I want to try to win hundreds of thousands of dollars for a charity in Athens. I want to kick a ball for $100,000 to give back to this community that is embracing him as a part of it.
And I think I'm fixing to split the upright.
Okay, how much weight have you lost now?
I've lost 250 pounds for this moment, Georgia. I'm fixing to do it.
All right, Ben. The kick is currently $100,000 for you. If he makes it, it'll go up to $250,000. We will also donate $100,000 to a local charity. Jelly Roll.
And I will match that $100,000, so $200,000 to a local charity, baby.
Let's go, Jelly Roll. Let's go, Jelly Roll. Let's go, Jelly Roll. Okay. Herbie will also toss in $100,000 to charity, which is very kind of him.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
$300,000 for charity. Dogs! All right.
I was worried for my tongue.
All right, what can I do different, Pat?
I think you could try to aim to the right if I were you.
Okay, good.
Or if you knew somebody that was a very good kicker, I think now would be a great time to just go ahead and say, hey, why don't you do that for me?
You know what?
Why don't you raise some money for this city?
Then. I'll make another $100,000. We'll make it $300,000 to local charity.
Okay.
If you'll let me pick up the legendary Hot Rod from Georgia back here, baby. My boy, Hot Rod is in the house today.
Hot Rod, it's great to see you. You look fantastic. Thank you for your service to the Colts. Can't wait to see you back in the NFL. Okay, so he'll put up, how much you put up, Joe?
$200,000 for a charity right here in Georgia, Athens, Georgia.
I'll put up $200,000 as well. Woo! Kirk will put up $200,000. We got a $600,000 donation, and Ben's kick will be worth $400,000. This could be $1 million here.
Whoa!
33 yards. Hot Rod, potentially $1 million on the line. $1 million! Let's go, baby! Let's go, baby! Still got it. Still got it. Thank you, Hot Rod. This is very expensive. Ben! 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 Oh! Back to you, Luis! Back to you, Luis! During commercial break, there was no way we were going to be able to get out of that lawn out there without giving him another shot. $100,000, he knocks it through. Pump for Ben. Thankful for Hot Rod.
Hey,
Why?
let's go. This show stinks, and the fact that you listen, we are very, very thankful for.
McAfee on the line with a gorgeous assist.
The all-time leading tackler for the Green Bay Packers, UP. Damn it! Your friend tell a friend something nice could change their life. Hello, beautiful people, and welcome back to our humble abode, the Thunderdome. On this glorious NFL Week 10 kickoff Thursday, November 6, 2025, hour 3 of the program begins now. Football! He is certainly majestic, and that's A.J. Hawk. He's won a college football national championship and a National Football League championship and a Super Bowl. And we normally just talk sports, but we got to break some news. A man who works here at the Thunderdome on a daily basis, who has many nicknames, and just as many jobs around here, who we certainly love. Bailey McComb is also known as Bill and many other nicknames. He had to exit the Thunderdome very abruptly and in quite a panic as he had learned that somebody just drove into his house. So he has a car currently in his house somewhere. He just got a phone call, and during the break, it was somebody crashed their car into my house, so I got to go.
Are the cats okay?
That's
hopefully not.
Full sprint.
Hopefully.
Full sprint.
Whoa.
Full sprint out of Thunderdome. We hope his cats are okay. Tone does not speak for the rest.
Freudian slip of the tongue.
Come on, Tone.
I fixed myself.
He loves these cats. That's AP Tone. The talks table here is at Boston Connor, at Ty Schmidt. I have cats. I'd be very worried if there was a car potentially
You got cool cats.
sitting inside of the house potentially. We don't know. I don't think he knows what it is either. And then as he's leaving, guess who fires up? Fire department right across the street. Yep. So it's like, well, we don't even know if they're heading to Bailey's.
No.
We don't even know if they're heading.
No.
But Bailey's running out of the Thunderdome as the fire trucks right across the street are going this way. The whole siren. So a lot of chaos out here. We'd like to let Bill know. Pull one for you, buddy.
Good luck, Bill.
Good luck, Bill.
So
It's tough to. Is that a vet?
Oh, we got caution tape out.
yeah, we got caught, and that was where the fire trucks were headed to. It appears as if he is okay. We hope everybody's all right, including the cats. And Bailey, hey Bailey,
Good luck,
we
man.
love you, buddy. And you should feel pretty good about your knee drive. That was a pretty good run.
Yeah.
Out of the Thunderdome, through the parking lot, to his truck, hits the gate, on the roll out of the gate, 2 cars behind fire truck as he's getting
Well,
out.
if we know anything about Bill, he handles situations like this better than anybody.
Yeah, this is something he's very good at. Whenever there's a little bit of adversity.
Yep.
That's why we sent Mitt behind him to assess the situation and make sure everything was okay.
We did send Mitt. We were hoping for potentially a drone follow because it is pretty near to here.
Yeah.
Drone following Bailey's car, okay, as he's going, turning in. We got the entire fire, and then Bill getting out of his truck, hands on head. We got drone over top. That's what we were trying to do. We weren't able to get it on fast enough because, once again, Bailey, from telling us he had a car hit his house to sprinting through the parking lot, probably 6-7 seconds, if I had to guess. So we're proud of Bailey. We hope he's okay. We hope everybody's okay, including the cats. And good luck over there, McComas.
Good luck, Bill.
Good luck.
Maybe Mitt could do. I thought Mitt could do like a live hit, like he's a local broadcaster. You know, they stand outside and.
We should actually FaceTime. Let's FaceTime Mitch, shall we? AJ, that's a good call, actually. You know, AJ.
He could really paint a picture on what's been going on and give us some information.
We did have to tell him to definitely not be the second person to drive a car into Bailey's house, though. You know, whenever he was following Bailey over there, clearly told him, like, hey, now you can't crash into his house. Because Mitt's worst driver I've ever seen. bad driver.
What if he did? What if he did?
We're trying to handle this situation as professionally and as courteously as possible, but we need to get eyes on Bailey reacting to somebody driving into his house. Like, we needed that for sure, because Bailey does get a little fired up. He does get a little bit flustered, which is, it comes from passion. That comes from his passion, obviously. But yeah, when he said, a car drove into my house, I guess I have to go.
We need to know if it was like a targeted attack or it was just a mistake.
I don't know if anybody's targeting Bailey McComas' house with a car, but I mean, we don't know what Bailey's up to.
No, exactly.
He's working out 3 times a day. I know he looks very, very fit. Joining us now live from the scene of the crime, ladies and gentlemen, he is a member of Hammer Dahn. This is Mitt, live from Mitt. How's it going? Yep.
Great. We got a situation over here at the McComas property. It seems as if just high blood pressure. The guy had 198 and climbing, I think, and hit Bailey's house.
Okay, so guy potentially had a little bit of a diabetes situation, it sounds like, while he's driving?
Yeah, it is a very nice, it's a nice Corvette over here. I don't know if you can see it.
Is Bailey okay? Is the house okay? Is the driver okay?
Yeah, Bailey is talking to the cops. The driver seems okay. He is going to, here's Bailey right now. We have an on-scene interview.
Bailey, how's it going, buddy?
It's going. It's certainly going. It looks like this guy had a really sweet Corvette, completely spun out, took out my tree, which I was just manicuring that. It was really in a good shape right now, and hit my electrical box and my garage.
Oh, perfect. Okay. Is he okay? Is everybody okay, though? Cat's good?
Yeah, he's okay. Cats are good. Everything should be okay. We'll see. The guys next door actually responded, so I got a escort directly to my house.
Yeah, we saw you follow him. Yeah, we saw it. We figured that was the case. All right, we appreciate you. Happy to hear everybody's okay.
I appreciate you guys. Thank you.
Good luck, man.
That's good.
Mitt, really good, dude. You should feel very proud of yourself. Look at you.
Oh, yeah. Let's fucking go.
Investigative journalism. Let's go.
Yeah.
The best hit ever, dude.
You're so lit, dude. Yeah, we call it lit investigation. With Mitt, you're the best. Ladies and gentlemen, man.
Mitt.
You got a really nice Corvette over here.
Sick, fucking sick.
He had 198 blood pressure, so
Did go
I heard an ambulance person say that.
right into the electrical box. Or no, that's actually the meter, is it? Or no, it's the electrical meter.
I mean, worst possible spot. Happy to hear everybody's okay, though, honestly. That is a very scary situation. How about him manicuring his tree? I'm sure he is, actually.
Yeah. Guy's doing Bill a favor, I'm sure. Get
No
rid of that thing.
That's what the boys said immediately. Hopefully this guy just took this entire house down. That is what everybody just said. It was so sad. It was like, why do you think that? This guy gets a new house. He's been through a lot with this house. You got a new photo here. Here's where the damage has been done.
Oh, that's
okay.
You're good. That's good base. That's good sturdy home. He should be proud of that home.
Uh-huh.
Now, it feels like there's probably going to be a lot of things that are going to have to get fixed just with that particular part there. Anytime you get a dent in something, normally that offsets like everything else. So, the knee bone's connected to the shin bone. In a house, everything's connected. So whenever one thing is just like this, you got to fix. Oh, yeah, we got to fix this top one here, too, and this one, 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 and this one. How long is that going to take? 3 to 7 months.
Yep.
Okay, all right, sweet. We got different people for different jobs. Bailey just added a whole new set of shit.
You're going to have to knock down the whole structure, build a whole new garage. Unfortunately.
Bailey's the best person. Bailey, I'm happy you're okay. We're happy you're okay. But, boy, this getting added to Bailey's life.
Oh, man. Right before the holidays.
Oh, my God.
Boy.
Happy everybody's all right.
Yep. Could have been worse.
Okay, so we had stolen skeleton, Halloween stuff. We got to the bottom of that. Had a car crash. We just had some lit investigation, journalism from Mitt. I feel like we're really broadening our horizons.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't we kind of diving into maybe we start doing some journalism. We did today. We talked to 3 coaches.
Yeah,
that's right.
Texas A&M. We talked to head coach Mike Elco. How we feeling? How's the team? How's everything looking? Journalism. Talked to Ryan Day. Told him, hey, you guys won.
Yeah.
Congrats.
Journalism.
Crown him.
Also told me he hadn't done shit. Journalism.
Yep.
Then we talked to Rhett Lashley, fresh off a new deal. They're still in it. Everybody's wiping them off, including the College Football Playoff Committee. It's like they can still win the ACC. They got winnable games. They got winnable games coming up to get the ACC championship. ACC championship, will they be able to win it? They just beat Miami. So
They can.
You tell me
Could.
if they're able to do that. Let's go to one half of the hammer. Dahn. Cowboys, Bubba Gumpino. Gumpy, almost like you knew Miami was going to lose that game to SMU. And we're now at the nostalgia part of the season, right, for Miami Hurricanes fans and I guess Dolphins fans, and football season kind of over in October.
Yeah, it was a hell of a run for Miami. Started off hot, but you saw those boys coming off the bus. They weren't winning that game. First game out of Florida, noon kick. We've been playing at night, Friday night in Miami. Was never going to win that game.
I'm sorry, Gump.
Yeah. It was a good run. I mean, it was
You
a
knew
fun
that
run
early,
for
Gump?
you.
Yeah,
You knew that early?
That's why Herbstreit said it on game day, because of how confident Gumpy was in his misery. He was so confident in his misery. Because, Miami didn't control their own destiny going into last weekend. Okay, so they were like one of the only – there's only two teams, Georgia Tech and Virginia, that controlled their own destiny, and obviously that all changes. But Miami didn't control its own destiny, even though it only had one loss. So it's like even if they win out, there's a chance that they still don't make the ACC championship. So does that mean that they're a two-bid league all of a sudden? So then going into SMU, it's like, all right, just got to stack wins here, especially with the position that you're in. Who knows what can happen? And Gumpy just, nope. This one's not good. This one's not good. Homecoming, guy just signed an extension on a contract.
They're also very good against the run, and Carson Beck has not been playing very well. I mean, he threw a shitload of picks in that game against Louisville, and it was more of the same on Saturday.
At least he's not throwing his teammates under the bus. Oh shit, he is.
No, that one that one was chopped by a Georgia account. That was not the full answer, but
there needed to be context.
Yeah, he has said some things that you could question, but not that one.
Yeah, he wants to win more, but a lot of pressure on him going into Miami, obviously with the way it was going, and it was great to be down there. Cristobal, I think, is going to have that team in it for a long haul. They got money. They obviously have the U, so they'll be able to go. But SMU's feeling the same way. All these schools that have money. They're like, hey, we can do this. Texas A&M, no different. Texas Tech, no different. All these Texas schools. Texas Tech, Texas A&M, SMU. It's almost like Texas people that have money like ball.
Yeah. And everyone's about to have a little bit of money, at least.
What do you mean by that? Yeah, North Texas too.
Good. Like there's some schools in these big conferences that don't have a lot of NIL money, but every team is at least going to get the TV money here in the upcoming years. So they're going to have.
When's that start? Did that get signed off on? I thought they kicked the can down the road even more for that.
Eventually, it's happening.
That's what everybody said this last time it didn't get voted through.
Like when?
Remember they said it was a June or something like that, or a July hearing or a May hearing. I forget the exact month. We had the exact month. And then that just came and went. Nothing was said. Then they said, no, we postponed it. Then it came and they're like, no, we're going to look into it again. And everybody was like, no, it's going to happen. It's going to happen. And it didn't happen again.
They started the process of providing direct institutional revenue sharing payments to their student athletes on July 1st, 2025. So it's already started.
Oh, so we're already doing a revenue share thing?
Okay.
I don't think it's in I don't know if it's in place for this season, but it started at least.
Sounded like it.
So this is like the weed business. Everybody got really good at growing the weed and being able to move the weed, just waiting on the feds to legalize it.
This is the start day of a new system where schools can allocate a portion of their revenue directly to athletes. Yeah.
So it's already started?
July 1st, 2025 is what it looks like. I could be wrong. The internet could be wrong.
Does anybody know anything?
No.
In college football?
I thought the rev share thing was happening in the future. If that's already happening, more conversation needs. Who's spending what of the salary cap on who? I mean, we need to start knowing what salary cap is now.
That's the $20 million deal, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I thought that wasn't in place. I thought that was kind of down the road. I didn't know that was happening yet. Because everybody's trying to get the max amount of revenue, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Trying to come up with ways to generate more revenue. That's at least what not Ohio State's doing. Would never say that, but other schools are like, how do we get to max revenue? It was one of the reasons why Bill Belichick was able to go to North Carolina, because they promised something along the lines of being at max revenue. Are they going to be good?
I was going to ask you, what do you think? How are we going to look back on this first season for Bill at UNC?
I mean, really loud, obviously. It was really, really loud. And they've been able to stay the course somehow. And they're just like still playing ball and getting better and winning games and still out on the road recruiting through it all. These people don't want to be here. They're not going to last through the full season. These guys stink. Obviously, this is a failure. Blah, 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 blah. And then you got Lombardi and Belichick in tiny towns across the country trying to find some new offensive lineman that they can sign to their first ever recruiting class. Interesting stuff in the North Carolina Tar Heel football story, because he is greatest coach of all time conversation. No matter what anybody wants to say. He's actually going in the Hall of Fame this year, probably. Congratulations to him being a semifinalist on the Coaches Hall of Fame. They changed the rule that it didn't have to be 5 years after you retire. We all think so that they could just put Belichick in because obviously in the NFL, he is, the guy and in it all. So I'm intrigued to see if he turns this around, if everybody will have respect for him. And the loud that would become the opposite whenever they win. And can they win there? They think so because of the amount of money and the revenue stuff. So we'll see. You're right, Tony. If everybody's going to have money, then there's a chance everybody can be competitive.
So I ChatGPT'd it. They had to opt into it. Most schools did opt into it and then started paying their athletes. Yeah, looks like it.
So West Virginia's paying school right now with revenue share? We're paying our athletes?
Let me see. Did W opt in?
Whoa. We don't need to be targeting. Anybody. We just need to say maybe which schools did, which schools.
Yeah. Has publicly stated that it will fully participate in the revenue sharing.
It will fully participate. That's what I'm saying. The will and are right now, you're saying. Is it happening right now?
That's what I'm being told.
But then you still raise all this NIL money next to it, right?
Yes, West Virginia is starting to participate in NCAA revenue sharing for its athletes, while with the 2025-2026 athletic season as the target for full participation. A key partnership with Hope Gas will help WVU meet its revenue sharing obligations, specifically around $20.5 million. Hell yeah. The university has been generating funds through other avenues, such as Golden Blue Enterprises, partnerships with companies like Planet Fitness and Grant County Mulch, and craft beer collaborations.
Oh.
Okay.
Best mulch in town.
Yeah.
They also have that whiskey, I believe. The whiskey.
Good.
Yeah, it is pretty good. People are going to get creative. Okay, so we're just straight out of the revenue right now. So can we see salary caps? Can we see?
You would think so.
Can we see how much people have left? Can we start seeing how much money is being allocated to what positions? Can we start learning about the game a little bit here? Because everybody's talking about these guardrails. Feels like we have them a little bit here now, and we don't have any of the information. We need to start pressing for that.
Well, do you need salary caps on every single sport then? Or do you need, because is that revenue for all athletes?
It's revenue for the whole school.
Yeah, but 16.5 is the number allegedly for football. Mm-hmm. There's like a certain percentage. It was like 80%, I think, is what some people might do, but there was no rule that was made, so every athletic director was potentially going to have to make the decision, which is what they were worried about. Man, I thought we kicked this can down the road. I didn't know we were still doing that right now. Congrats, college, getting better and better. All right, let's make some picks for tonight, H. Okay, let's make some picks for tonight. Raiders, Broncos. Broncos favored by 8.5 on ESPN Bet until about December 1st. And then everywhere else, you could potentially get it at 9.5 as well. At least a couple hours ago, is it the same story now?
Yes, sir.
What is the percentage on money on what, Tone Dave?
It has not moved. It's 66% of the money is on the Broncos tonight.
Okay, 66% of the money on the Broncos. You can get them at minus 8.5. This is at 8:15 tonight on Amazon Prime. AJ, who do you like? How do you like it?
I think I maybe showed a little bit earlier in this program. I am leaning heavy Denver Broncos minus 8.5 at home tonight. Especially, do we know or confirm they wearing these uniforms right here?
I do not know if
they
they're wearing
changed their
these.
Twitter header to that symbol. So I was
probably.
Either way, give me the Broncos tonight.
They want to put on a show. You know, they understand what's at stake here. Okay, This is prime time. We got a chance to look really cool. We saw what the Steelers did a few primetime games ago. Let's not do that. Okay, let's look sweet out here, and let's enjoy and celebrate the hell out of the football environment that we have. Much like you, AJ, I feel the exact same way. There was a stat, though. There was some stat I heard about something.
Yeah, the Broncos have not won a division primetime game since 2017. They've lost 10 straight to division opponents in primetime. And also, just keep in mind, we do think the Jags are good. And, you know, with Brock Bowers back, the Raiders they didn't look like shit. I mean, I let it off with I think Pete Carroll sucks, which I do. But
at this stage, Pete Carroll was obviously very good with Seattle Seahawks. Went to the Super Bowl. USC is pretty good, but they did strip that shit, I guess.
I mean, do you believe this is too many points for a divisional game?
That's in the back of my mind. I'm not going to lie. It's in the back of my head.
All right, plus 9.5. Give me the Raiders. I'll take the Raiders plus 9.5. No way. Yeah. Broncos minus 8.5. I'm not doing it.
A lot of points in the division, though. That is
a lot of points in the division. But look at the numbers that Hembo said over about sack percentage and fucking how much they sack.
Yeah, does that include when Patrick Surtain's playing? What are the numbers just from last week?
We need more numbers, we're saying. We need more numbers.
That's just the classic stats thing.
There's always stats.
They almost just lost to Dougie Mills, to be fair.
Well,
that's what I'm saying.
It's go football.
Almost lost to Jackson Dart and the Giants. Like the Broncos have a good record. They haven't been smacking people around.
Oh, it feels like I'm starting to get a hint of.
Yeah.
I saw Bruce do a full when I go away from the raid. Obviously, you got some stats drop here. Gumpy sounds like he is cemented on Raiders.
He hates with the passion of 1,000 suns Sean Payton.
Why?
Well, I'm not.
He does.
Never
He
happened.
does.
It's just he's not my cup of tea.
To be
me
fair,
thing.
to be fair to Gumpy as well, by far, and this was kind of out of nowhere, the Broncos fan base is one of the most insufferable on the internet. I had no idea. I had no idea. Most disrespected team. Oh, we also have a 6-game win streak. It's like, all right.
Oh, you're
shut
talking
the
about the post
fuck
that you
up.
copy and pasted? Yeah. Somebody else did the stat, you copy and pasted, say, is that right? And then they came after you. Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not sure. I'm not sure which one you're talking about. But
You put a Drake May stat out, and then or a Patriots stat.
I think it was leading the league in passing touchdowns, maybe.
Yeah, and then
When you
also,
quote tweeted.
yeah, it was something. And then everybody's like, well, wait, actually, this stat's wrong, this stat's wrong.
Oh, no. Okay. No. So it was from Overreaction Monday. It was when I said they have the longest winning streak in the NFL with 6 games. And all the Broncos fans were like, oh, that's not true. We got 6 games. So they're tied for the longest win streak in the NFL with the Broncos. And now all this other stuff, because the Chiefs are still the favorites to make it out of the East, blah, blah, blah. The Chargers, all this stuff. And, the Broncos, the team itself, haven't really heard much like, hey, we feel disrespected. But boy, these fucking fans, they are the worst marks in the league.
No,
And
they're passionate. They love the Broncos.
Sure, yeah.
They love. Remember, Bronco country. That's right.
That's right.
They've been through it, bro. Brock Osweiler.
I mean,
this is a quarterback. He paid him a lot of money.
Yeah. Paxton Lynch.
Drafted him high. I thought he was going to be a guy.
Yeah, we all did.
7-5.
Have been through it more than the Colts. Tell you that much.
Oh, I'll tell you what. Colts started going through it whenever Peyton just went over there, and he just broke every record.
And won a Super Bowl.
Yeah, he was really good over there. He still had it, it appeared.
But boy, you would think this is the first time the Broncos have been good in 200 years.
Give me the Raiders plus 9.5.
Fuck yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Universe ball right now.
Never mind.
Ooh,
Go back.
I'll
Listen
take
to-
the Broncos. Yeah, I'll take the Broncos.
Okay.
I mean, that just. Let's see here, actually. I didn't really give that one a good go. Dear football gods, please direct me to the pick. This will be for the Raiders plus 9.5. Oh, that's a shame. Give me the Broncos.
Yeah.
All right, big time Broncos. Minus 8.5. Football God spoke to me there. Lights, camera, action, AJ. I don't know if you saw this.
I did. I like that.
They sent it over. It's pretty cool looking, because it's like sloppy, but you can read it, So it's pretty
It
cool.
is.
It's
Hell yeah.
super artsy.
That's action, baby.
They took a picture, I think the MAC conference, and posted it, and I'm mid-blank like this. Thank you, guys. That is Maction.
Yeah, it is.
That's Maction
Yep.
football. And all right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to interview with Matt Rhule. We're going to run from earlier today. Obviously, we ran out of time in the Feel the Beat hour because, when you're talking to Mike Elco for the first time all season, he got questions.
Yeah, you do.
Ryan Day, we got to let him know his team's the best team we've ever seen.
Mm-hmm.
80% completion percentage for that quarterback. Holy hell, defense historic.
Sheesh.
You guys are the best of all time. Maybe you stop playing. Just take the trophy now. Just why are we even doing it? Stop. He was getting.
I'm out of here.
I'm out of here. I'm done.
Oh, yeah.
Nope.
He literally got up to get out like it was when Coach Lou Holtz came in.
Yeah.
When Ty Lue walked in.
I forgot about that.
And then Rhett Lashley, that was cool to chit-chat with him. What if they do go on a run here at the end of the year and go to the ACC championship? It's almost like we maybe knew it was going to happen. It's good shit. We love football. We can't wait to watch tonight. Be a friend, tell a friend something nice that might change their life. We're in this thing together. We're pulling for you, Bill and House.
Good luck.
Yep.
Starting multiple thousands of dollars are coming in repair.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm sure insurance will get that right over to you.
Yep.
We love you, Bill. We'll be here to support you however you need. Let's have a night. Team on me. Team on 3. 1, 2, 3. Team. Goodbye. The head coach of the Nebraska Cornhuskers, Matt Rhule.
Yeah, coach.
All right,
What
Coach.
is up, fellas? What's up?
Hey, everything over here is on the up and up, and we obviously send our positive thoughts and vibes to Dylan and everything you got going on. Fresh out of a surgery, I do believe. As a coach, kind of, how do you handle this week for your team? Obviously, massive, devastating injury, massive, I don't want to keep piling on, but loss here in the Big Ten. It's like, how do you handle this week with your team as the leader of men who still have games left and also still have a lot to prove, not only to yourselves, but the fan base, if that makes sense?
Yeah, no, I think it's a great question, man. I mean, it's like you get into coaching and you want to have all these amazing moments, but these are the moments where you like earn your stripes, right? Where you prove what you can do and you have to do a great job for your team. And so instead of being in your own feelings, I think you have to really think about your guys. And so first, you got Dylan. Devastating news. I mean, you sit there, you think he's going to sprain his ankle. He wants to go. He's out there. He's trying to hobble around. I said, buddy, listen, I love you too much to put you out here when you can't move. Get back home after the game, Pat, and they say, hey, guess what? He broke his fibula. I mean, like, just the toughness of that kid to want to go out there and play. So you're devastated for him. You're devastated for your team. We were in a great position. We had the lead. Credit to the USC. They made the plays down the stretch. And then you wake up the next morning and you have to tell the guys, like, hey, I know how disappointed you are. I know how much you put into this. But as a team, we have to rally around TJ because he's an excellent young quarterback, and he's going to have his first college start as a freshman going back home to L.A., playing a hot UCLA team coming off a bye. And you know what? We all have to be great teammates, man. We all have to just do a little bit more. We can't ask TJ to shoulder more than just, hey, just go play quarterback, and have everyone else, the defense, the receivers, the O-line, the coaches, we all have to do a little bit more.
You talk about going back to UCLA, and obviously everything you just said there is spoken like a great leader, which obviously you are. And our T's and P's to Dylan, and also hearing that it's a broken fibula and then him wanting to play through it, like, hell yeah, dude. That is football. That's toughness. Quarterbacks have to show that, and there's a lot that don't. So I respect the hell out of him for that. You talk about the young quarterback going back to L.A. for his first start. You guys are, and I know you don't pay attention to this, but I'm going to give you a heads up. You guys go from having everything in front of you to now underdogs against UCLA in LA. How do you handle the travel? Because USC's first win over 1,000 miles of travel was this past weekend. How do you handle the travel? How do you handle all the conversation? And now you guys are literally the hunters as opposed to hunted with the underdogs to UCLA.
Yeah, one of the things I said this week in our press conference, and I mean it, like, if you want to be taken seriously nationally, if you want to, like, we're a 2-loss team last week, and we're not in the top 25, and other teams are. So if you want to gain the respect of the country, then you need moments like this, and you need to come through. You need to go on the road with a freshman quarterback, underdogs, everyone counting you out, everyone saying, well, that was a good game last week. I mean, last week we held USC's high-powered offense to their lowest totals in a long time.
Yeah.
And so there was a lot of good things that happened, even though the scoreboard didn't go out our way. And so you can just walk away and be disappointed and kind of write the season off. And that would be pretty average. That would be like what we've kind of been like here for a long time. And so to me, we have an unbelievable opportunity to kind of change the narrative, to begin to show tremendous respect for ourselves. And once you respect yourself and start standing up for yourself, then people around you start to do it. Then nationally you start to do it. So I've told everyone around us, like, either you're with us or you're not. Like, I'm with TJ. My goal this week as the head coach is to be the best coach I can be for this freshman quarterback and for these guys that bust their tails for me. Make it all about our players. Don't make it about ourselves. And I'm expecting the fans that show up. I'm expecting the people that support us and love us. They'll do the same. And this is a chance for Husker Nation to rise up. And you know what? It won't get us in the CFP, Pat. That's we lost by 3 to Michigan. We lost by 4. So we'll have to chase those in the offseason. But right now, that's time to stand up for ourselves and go fight for what we want.
Yeah, there's still a lot that is possible for a team that is trying to build a program back to the greatness that it was. And I'm excited to watch you do that. You have a running back that I assume you will definitely be feeding, that I got to meet at a WWE event. Mm-hmm. So much moxie, so much swag. Go ahead, Tone.
Yeah, Coach, obviously with TJ Lateef coming in, who is a true freshman, it would be nice to have an incredible running back. And you do in Emmett Johnson. He's already over 1,000 yards for the season. I believe he's going for a top 5, top 10 historic rushing season in Nebraska history, which is insane. How nice is it going to be to have him just in the backfield to rely on with a true freshman quarterback next to him?
absolutely. I mean, I think he's one of 2 people in the country to be over 1,000 yards rushing. This guy's an unbelievable example of what we're trying to do. He shared time last year. He was a rotational player, and instead of leaving, he just kind of hung in there, and now he's gotten his opportunity. And I've yet to see the first guy tackle him. I mean, he's unbelievable. Great vision, can catch the ball, but unbelievable in terms of making people miss and fighting for extra yards. And so that's kind of what I was saying about TJ. Like, hey, everybody just do a little bit more. TJ, you just do your job. But Emmett, go do a little bit more, which he will. Isaiah, Jacory, all these great players that we have, they're all going to do just a little bit more, take the strain off of the young guy.
I loved E-Money and Rhiola's relationship. I like their handshake there. At the WWE event, they were having a good time. Feels like the culture's in place for a while. Although this year, maybe not a national championship year, feels like you're setting the foundation, and E-Money is certainly a guy for that. Now, what's the rest of the season look like for Nebraska? Well, Iowa Hawkeyes, Ty Schmidt has a question for you.
Yeah, Coach, is it weird being in a situation now with the way, like, the playoff is set up, where obviously at this point, like playing spoiler, that's what it's all about going down the stretch. But on the same token, you're also kind of incentivized if teams in the Big Ten make it to the college football playoff. Obviously, we know the revenue share. Like, how? I mean, I guess, obviously you're trying to win. You're not trying to lose. But is it kind of weird that is a reality, kind of like a 6-7, situation where you want to play spoiler, but if the Big Ten gets 4 teams in, obviously you guys will reap the benefit of that as well.
Fascinating.
Yeah, I care about no one else other than us. I just want to win.
Iowa last week.
And you know what? And honestly, I think you're always going to hear me say, I think the Big Ten teams with 2 losses are underappreciated.
I agree.
I think Iowa's having a heck of a season. I think SC's having a heck of a season, and many more. So Michigan is at 7-2. So I look forward to every game that we have a chance to play, and that's kind of what I said before. Like, you know what? Like, we got to get Nebraska where nationally, like, we are respected and not just kind of dismissed. And so we have to win every game that we play. And but I do think there's some really good teams in the Big Ten, and we deserve 4 in. And you know what? It's kind of crazy when you look at it right now. You look at the rankings, like, this team's really ranked high, but they still have to play these guys. Like, so many teams have to play each other.
Oh, yeah.
And it'll be really interesting following the CFP rankings as we go down the stretch.
Yeah, Tuesday was the first one, and obviously there's a little bias, they say, in the South. And then the Big Ten has the back-to-back national champs. If they were to get that again, how would that conversation dive into it? Uh-oh. And then obviously last year, SEC travels up to Big Ten. Tennessee travels up to play against Ohio State, who had 2 losses. Ohio State had 2 losses. Tennessee had a couple losses. And we all know how that went in the ice cold. So there's going to be a lot of chatter around who gets in and who doesn't get in. But the Big Ten, to your point, Coach Rhule, I don't feel like it gets as much respect. And will it next year? Will it the year after that? How long does it take? And will that be the Nebraska Cornhuskers' job next year to become the Stallions that people have been talking about in the Big Ten? Ty says no. Just know that Ty says no. And he asked you that question because, Iowa beats Oregon this weekend. And then obviously some other stuff happened. You guys in Iowa, last game of the season, Ty's like, hey, for the good of the Big Ten. For the good of the Big Ten. That's what Iowa is pitching, But it is, it's very, the 12-team playoff, obviously better. More teams have a chance. But now it's like, well, how do they view the teams that deserve the chances? And it's like, man, college football is never going to be able to get it right. I mean, it's never going to be able to get 100% right. But it's a beautiful thing. Con Man has a question for you, Coach.
Yeah, Coach. The coach that comes in the office into the Thunderdome every week, Bruce Arians, always says no risk it, no biscuit. And when you're going up against an interim head coach, it feels like there's no other coach that is probably risking it more, because why not? Because of that, when it comes to game planning for a team like UCLA, do you legitimately have to go over all the trick plays, all the type of shit that they could pull? And on the opposite end of that, similar to, Ty saying, playing spoiler, are you guys now just open up the playbook? Hey, let's think of everything and anything, because at this point, let's just go out there and get the victory.
Yeah, I think every week, you're going to do everything you think, you need to do to win the game. What they've done is, they've faked 3 punts. I mean, they're faking punts against punt safe.
Yes.
They've opened up the playbook. They've unleashed. I think Nico's a tremendous quarterback, and they've unleashed him. He's running all over the place, and they're coming off a bye. So USC was coming off a bye. They had 2 weeks to study us. UCLA's coming off a bye. And so, as a coach, you just tell the guys, like, hey, we have to be alert for everything. And you can't play afraid. You can't play scared. But you do have to say to yourself, like, hey, we need to have our eyes on our keys. Everybody has to be, like, locked in and focused at all times. And then we just know, I mean, like I said, Nico's one of the best quarterbacks in college football, I believe. If you watch what he's done, especially in this run, he's been amazing. And a lot of it he's done running. He's their leading rusher. And so we are going to have to account for him at every turn.
Nico broke 3 helmets against Ohio State.
Yeah.
3 helmets. Now, obviously, they lost, and it wasn't his best game, but he was getting dumped into the frozen and getting right back up. Like nobody was really talking about this offseason with how everything went with Nico's story and the NIL transfer portal. We want this. We go back to UCLA. UCLA starts how it goes. Everybody's like kind of burying him in his situation. It's like we watched him up close and personal take some. I mean, absolute shots and get right back up. So I got immense respect for him. I'm happy to hear you say the same thing. He's tough. Nico's much tougher, I think, than anybody gives him credit for.
Yeah. When he's running, he's not sliding. He's not running out of bounds. He plays the game like a warrior. He's an elite competitor. And I think sometimes when we talk about quarterbacks, we talk about everything else. But I think there's something really to that. Guys will follow a quarterback, a leader who goes out there whether it's Dylan trying to play on a broken leg, whether it's Nico not sliding, you're gonna play for guys like that. You're gonna sacrifice for guys like that. And so I respect the heck out of him. And so our guys understand, like, when we have to treat him like a tailback. He's not a quarterback. He's a tailback when he runs, and he's got great speed. And again, he's their leading rusher. So it'll be a major factor in our ball game.
Cannot wait to watch you guys execute. Good luck this weekend against UCLA. I'm heading down to Lubbock, Texas. For the first time in my life. What should I be expecting down there? I know you got a little history, a little Big 12 history.
Well, I was the one. Many coaches tried, and I was the only guy that was able to get Joey McGuire to leave high school coaching, and he came and worked for me at Baylor. I met him at an IHOP, and he was like, "Who's this guy from New York?" And by the time we were done, man, we were brothers. And he's one of the great coaches. Lubbock's a cool town. There's gonna be there's gonna be great vibes everywhere. You're gonna love it when the game starts. Just don't get hit by a tortilla, But
they banned those, Coach. They banned the tortillas. Yeah.
I'm sure on national TV the guys aren't gonna let one fly. but I tell you what, man, like he is. You know how sometimes you meet people and they're so positive and they're so engaging. You're like, is this guy? He really is. Like, my kids used to walk in the building, Pat, and they would go see Coach JoJo before they came and saw me because he has more juice than I got. So he's one of the best, man. I'm so happy to see him. And then, Kalani Sitake is one of the good guys in coaching. So, like, this is 2 guys that I respect immensely. So it'll be a great ball game.
Hey, the Big 12's hot, right? I mean, there is the Big 12's got a lot of shit brewing over there. Obviously Cincinnati loses to Utah, but Utah BYU might be the Big 12 championship game, and then Texas Tech's like, excuse me, we're also in this thing. The Big 12's cooking right now, and it's a special time. In BYU Texas Tech, there's been people camping out since Monday to get into that game. They're camping out down there since Monday. This is a huge game down there. And I think this is what the future is for Texas Tech, Coach. They got money. They got backers. So I think that's we're good for the future, right? Isn't that kind of how we should be looking at this, especially with Joey McGuire? What's your thoughts on him?
Absolutely. Joey's a guy, he's in the Texas High School Coaches Hall of Fame. So he'll always be able to go mine all the small towns and find the unearthed gems. And now, because of the commitment they've made financially, they can also go get the best players in the portal nationally. They can get 5-star kids nationally. So there'll be a great combination of elite recruited talent. But also, Joey's going to go find those guys from those small towns that, maybe are underserved, undernoticed, and someone will call Joey. He's just the right person to go out there to West Texas, and he's going to have that mindset, that brand that they have out there in West Texas. They're going to play football that way. They'll be exciting. They'll be Texas Tech, but they play defense and they're physical. So he'll do a great job there for a long time.
Yeah, I'm excited to get down there and witness it and watch it and experience it. I learned about Elma, Texas through the Big Green. And
that's right.
I think we're going to be down there. All right, we appreciate you. Ladies and gentlemen, head coach of Nebraska, good luck, bro. We appreciate you.
Appreciate you guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, that's Matt Rhule.
Yeah, no.